McDonald's new family McValue box has your choice of 4 burgers, 4 small soft drinks and family-size fries. Treloar is standing next to Selwood. Wayne Schwash, McDonald's Triple M Rocks Sunday afternoon footy.
Grundy v Smith. Nice bounce. We're underway. Pies to the city end. Smith gets it moving forward. Spills free. Dangerfield combines with Selwood. Left foot bombing ball. Inside 50. Cockatoo. Inside the opening 8 seconds. And he'll go back and have a shot. 30 out. Slight angle. Punt road end.
How good is that? Dangerfield on the burst out of the middle. And guess what? To a 1-on-1. Cockatoo outmarked the aerialist in how? Just far too easy in the body to body. How couldn't get a run and jump at it?
So 30 seconds gone. Goal on offer. And it's in the book. Dream start to the Cats and Cockatoo. 1 straight 6. Pies yet to score. Triple M Exetel scoreboard.
Yeah, really good point, Doug. And we know that Jeremy Howe's been terrific this year. There's no question about that. But there's a small question mark, and you might have spoken about it last time, is around that one-on-one, those real critical one-on-one contests. So you've got an experienced player in Jeremy Howe, you've got a young player in Cockatoo, and he just beat him all ends up. Yep. There was no contest, and that's the area of his game, and that's a disappointing start from a Collingwood point of view. Yeah, Dangerfield clearance, easy. Well, when I say it's an easy mark, in the end it was a contested mark, but it was an easy contested mark and a great goal.
Perfect start to the Cats. McDonald's Triple M Rocks Sunday afternoon football. Back in the middle we go. Selwood, little toe poke, gets past the Cats, but it comes down to the Pies. Adams just goes a little low ball, not really effective. Now the Cats have got an opportunity on the wing through Selwood. Looks to go back inboard and goes that way now to Tui. Been a great inclusion since he's come across from the Blues, as has Henderson. Ditto. Now Duncan, been in good form this season, goes short. They're doing it easily at the moment. The Cats to blitz halves. They get it one further to Smith, approaching 50. Now inside 50 with Mitch Duncan, just floats in right to the top of the square. Mark can't be taken. Collingwood fans will be a bit concerned about that. Geelong just floated the ball entire length of the ground rather easily, and it gets punched across the boundary line 2 metres around from their goals.
And Greenwood has got the strong tag on Selwood, running everywhere with him, Roosie.
Yeah. Cats by goal. 2 gone opening term. Triple MCG. Umpire hurls it back in. Grundy had no pressure there. It's inside Geelong's forward 50. Taylor is the forward with the tackle. Murdoch dispossessed. Hot ball. Selwood's around there. So is Cockatoo. Motlop gets involved. Pies prize it free. Shady. Slight hesitation. Handball off to Smith under real heat. Bouncing ball. Hoskin Elliott around the corner. Smith's there. Got to be a free kick. And it will go to the former Sun. Surely not.
Umpire says play, and we'll get back to that. Darcy Moore with a short ball. Finds Elliott right in front of Robbo on the wing. Fazolo provides a lead. That's ignored. Elliott wants to go inboard. Does now to Smith, back in the side. Short haircut on him. He also wants to go, well, he's gone way back to the defensive 50. Finds Shady, splits it to the outer side of the ground. Now Varco has it on the wing immediately, plays on to Howe.
Runs the southern wing, scrubs the left foot, bouncing ball, beats Henderson. Cox got a handball off to Broomhead, lays one off, charging through will be Lyndon Dunn. Flying shot on goal is wide to the far side, or behind to the Pies. They trail by 5 points. 3:15 played at the opening term. Triple M Exetel scoreboard.
And I can tell you, Duckett is a hard tag. I watched Greenwood the last stoppage, and he mauled Selwood.
Tui brings it back into himself by foot, outer side of the ground. Little spearing ball to a contest. Has enough on it. Henderson takes the mark.
Well, normally even in the kickouts there, when they're setting up defensively, the Pies, they normally set up, whereas he's just staying with Selwood the whole way.
Howe floats across the front of the pack. Now the Pies go inside 50. Fazolo's dangerous near the ball. Bouncing ball. Well done, though, by Guthrie. Arrives right on time and just rushes it through for a 1 behind. Geelong a 1 straight 6. Collingwood a 2 behinds. Early stages, first term. Triple M Exetel scoreboard. Near map aerial imagery. There's another game going on at the moment, Chew.
There is, Howie. Melbourne leading the Bombers by 45 points. 6 minutes into the final quarter.
Guthrie, Tui, handball, Hughes, another one, Murdoch. Now they've got Mackie free. Left half back flank. Kick is good. Lane drops an easy mark. Grundy arrives, paddles it forward. Elliott attacks it. Getting out of the way was Grundy. An errant handball. Elliott goes back, tackled well by Lang, out of bounds.
So the umpire slides around. The ball just in the attacking flank area on the members' side for Collingwood. They kicked the first goal, the Cats, after a Dangerfield clearance, and Cockatoo took the contested mark 10 seconds into the game and put it through. There's a free kick. It's a throw. It's going the way of Mitch Duncan against Adams. So Duncan's got it. Defensive side of the wing. Runs back off the mark now. Decent crowd here. Spreads it wide to Dangerfield. Paddy marks in front of side bottom. Goes short again to Mackie. Mackie's got it. True centre wing. Hall and Smith provides a lead. He ignores that and they're just chipping it around at the moment. The Cats back to Duncan.
There's no real heat coming at Geelong. Duncan goes long to half forward. Spots out his former teammate Barco really well. Juggles the mark. 45 out from defensive goal. Risky kick. Wells takes the mark. Plays on quickly. Chisels the ball to side bottom inside the square. In fact, it's Broomhead. Players charging forward. Drifting off the back of the pack was side bottom. Floating handle over the top to Varco.
Varco goes inside. 50 more. Tries to take the mark. Goes over his head. Tight in the pocket now. Fazolo's caught in a good tackle by Henderson. Bob Jane T-Marts, Mickey Roberts.
Selwood off the ground, so Greenwood comes off the ground. Now, Selwood stood here with the coaching staff. He was quite animated, obviously, about that hard tag. Greenwood all over him. I reckon there's plans for Greenwood today.
Bob Jane T-Marts, tyre and wheel specialist.
Throw in. Pies forward 50. 4-point lead to the Cats. Dangerfield scrubs it outside defensive 50. Hoskin Elliott feeds the handball. Pies to reload. Smith's kick is high. 30 out from goal. Pack's there. Really nice set of hands from Menegola. Spoke to him last week. Missed a week for a tackle on Hodge. But he's back doing what he does well.
Goes wide. Back pocket to Dangerfield. Been prevalent early. Triple M Bosch tool stats.
Disposal number 4.
Not his best effort. Smith with the intercept on the wing. Also wants to go into the middle of the ground. Finds Maynard, being strong type he is. Slides it on the left boot. He's good. It got too much on it. The side bottom, but he'll run into space. Motlop's on his hammer. Goes one way or the other. Tries to hook it back into the middle. It's a poor effort. Geelong have got the numbers. If they're steady, and they are through Mackie, who hooks it down the ground ineffectively. And the Pies will go back inside 50.
Lyndon Dunn towards Mason Cox with a big leap over the top from Hoskin Elliott. 30 out directly in front.
That was a magnificent mark, wasn't it? Dunny just belted the ball back in, and Hoskin Elliott, who can kick some goals, Stu, man. He kicked a couple of bags. I think he kicked a bag against Melbourne one day at this venue.
Yeah, and he's very accurate. He's kicked 5 straight from set shots this year.
Repeat inside 50s too, Chew, for the Pies.
Yeah, Magpies overall 6-3, Swatter.
So Hoskin Elliott kicks his 50th career goal. And at the 7.5-minute mark of the opening term at the Triple MCG, the Pies lead by 2 points on the Triple M Exetel scoreboard.
Well, it was Hoskin Elliott that gave them the win against Sydney from the boundary line in that game by 1 point. He's a good player. I heard someone during the week on one of the footy shows say there's still doubts over whether this kid can play. I reckon he can play.
Yeah.
He certainly can play. You don't take a mark like that if you can't play. You can just tell he's a natural footballer, and that was a terrific mark, and more importantly, a really, really nice finish.
Yeah, I think he's got the speed. I like the mix of what he brings, and already we've seen Varco to half back too, and he's been involved a number of times. And he's going to straighten up a bit, Varco.
Defensive 50 and then got the ball through the middle then, Roosie.
Yep.
McDonald's Triple M rocks footy. Smith and Grundy battle in the middle. Dangerfield, Treloar right on his hammer. Presses him off the footy. Moving it forward is Geelong, but it's cut off by Smith. He started well. Goes to the outer wing. Guthrie battles with Broomhead. Crisp gives his mate a hand. Now Dangerfield. Great pick up below his knees. Really well done. Catch through the middle of the ground. Long ball inside 50. Parfit is there battling away. Cockatoo's as well. Drops the mark. Did everything but took it there, Cockatoo. He's proving a handful up forward for the Cats.
There he is. Jeremy Howe is his direct opponent. Ball is underneath a maul of players, a rolling maul in fact, and we'll have it thrown up 45 out from the Cats' goal. Round the grounds.
Yes, what are Melbourne leading the Bombers by 39 points, 11 into the final quarter.
Throw up. Cats forward 50. Grundy got it down. A scrubby clearing ball from Greenwood. Got the job on Selwood. Mason Cox flicks a handball charging through Selwood. Got a man back off the pack. It's Lonergan.
Cats got a little bit of space. Outer wing. Murdoch back to Lonergan. Bends it around inside 50 on the right foot. Harry Taylor battles away, but as Duck said, Jeremy Howe just floats across the pack.
And that's what he does, Howie. That's why they're going through. They're trying to go through Cockatoo to get him one out, but when you allow him to be that third or fourth man up, he marks it every time. Nearly a screamer.
He's taken one good grab.
Went a bit early.
He did.
But just a really good example on how you cannot allow him to get across, go through his opponent. That's what they're trying to do.
Pies by 2 points. Henderson, the former Blue, to reload. Goes towards Harry Taylor. Goldsack goes up. Harry was the only one that locked onto it and took a mark.
Yeah, 2 Collingwood players there. And was it Shady on him?
Goldsack was the third man up.
Yeah, Goldsack was the third man up. Who was the body player?
Yeah, Shade.
Just completely missed it.
Chemist Warehouse replay screen just shows Goldsack just jumped far too early. Shade looks like he got a little bit of a bump out of it, but Harry Taylor stood under it. Now this is the part that he's been having troubles with. This could go anywhere.
And it's gone straight through the middle.
Bang.
Yep. Got a goal as Harry. 2 straight 12. 1-2-8. Geelong lead again. 10.5 played. Opening term as Duck just cracks into a new family value box in the back row with your choice of 4 burgers, 4 small soft drinks and family-sized fries.
I reckon, to be fair to Shade, I think he was expecting Goldsack to impact the contest.
Yep.
So he lost a bit of... He tried to block Harry Taylor and then trusted Goldsack to mark it. Goldsack fresh-aired it and it landed in Harry's mitts.
Isn't it amazing when Harry Taylor was a defender, I think I said this last time, when he was a defender, when he went forward, he was a really good kick at goal. Then when you become a permanent forward and you're expected to kick the goal, all of a sudden he's got the yips. But that's a really good start for him, kicking that first one through the middle, and you can see that meant a lot to him.
The double fist pump there too, Duck, from Harry.
Seabus super special comments. Wayne Carey, Paul Roos doing a very nice job as always. Ball not going anywhere from the centre bounce. Selwood turns around, as does Treloar, and the umpire says, I'll come in. Greenwood back out on the ground. Geez, wearing Selwood. It's the old traditional tag, as Roosie told us. Pushing and shoving him off the ball. Now Adams, he might have got one high from Hall and Smith. The umpire says play on. Maynard uses his big body but can't extract the ball. A lot of players around it. Treloar now applies a tackle. And the ball's really only got about 20 metres to the way the Cats are kicking from the original centre bounce. Geelong at 12, Collingwood at 8. That's on your Triple M Exitel scoreboard.
Yep, 4-point lead to the Cats. Grundy tapped it towards Crisp, followed up with a tackle. Greenwood, he's absolutely antagonising Joel Selwood at the moment. Pies get it free. Maynard releases the handball to side bottom, and it goes off the side of side bottom's boot. Foot race now. Phillips with Henderson. Bouncing ball. He keeps it in the young Pie. Wheels around onto the favoured left. Hoiks it around the corner on the 45. Tui's there. So is Stewart. Tui got a handball. Off to Hall and Smith. A quick handball. Got it to Smith himself. Now they flick it around. Duncan. Here comes Goldsack with a charging tackle, but he lost him.
Really aggressive work by Tyson, but Duncan was up to it. Now the Cats through Guthrie. Spread it to the outer side of the ground. It's a good ball. Menengola plays on immediately. Clever kick round the corner. Chance for Black. Started well in his first game for the Cats. Good spoil though by Howe on Cockatoo. Howe butters up, bangs it forward, but it's only as far as Lonergan. Sweeping back there as he so often does, and he splits it to the outer side to Aaron Black.
Round the grounds.
Round the ground, Swatter. Demons by 33 points over the Bombers. Make that it's a goal to the Demons. So they're out to a 39-point lead halfway into the final quarter.
Right. 13 gone, opening term here. Cats and the Pies, Duck and Roosie, Tuman, Robbo, Howie, Swatter. For McDonald's Triple M Rocks footy. Kick is towards Menengola. And the sack saw the spoil. Ball goes out of bounds. We'll have it tossed in. Left half forward flank, southern side. Pies attack the city end. 1-2, 2 straight. Geelong's way, Exitel scoreboard.
And the ball comes right over the top of both ruckmen. Falls to Motlop. Now Menengola back to Motlop. Using it by hand well, the Cats. Falls to Mitch Duncan. He goes a short ball to Cockatoo. He's had plenty of it early. Playing inside 50 and causing some problems. This time he's a kick out from there. Really good spoil by Howe. Good battle. Keep an eye for it. Lang caught in a tackle. Needs to get rid of it. Umpire says he didn't have an opportunity out of wing. The ball will be tossed up. Geelong at 12. Collingwood at 8. 10.5 into the first term. Triple M Exitel scoreboard. Exitel NBN. The speed you need.
It's a great smother by Howe on Cockatoo. Players are no better these days at kicking goals 30 metres out directly in front, but I tell you what they can do better. Smother.
Selwood tries to bullock his way through. Greenwood got a bump. They've forced the turnover. The Cats. Comes to Black. A spearing ball inside 50. And filling in the hole was Shady. Did well with Hawkins coming towards him. Loops a handball to the former Demon. Lyndon Dunn measures the ball well to Phillips, who took a good mark under some pressure from Guthrie.
The running man Phillips wants to go inboard. No real options there, so he's forced to kick high and long on the left, down the line. Good effort by Henderson. Got two hands to the footy. Couldn't take the mark, but did well to tap it up to Mackie. He gives it back to Tui. Back to Mackie. They're just waxing on the back flank, and immediately he gets rid of it and goes all the way back. And Blitzarve has it in the true full-back position for the Cats.
Oh, I reckon he had to go there, Blitzarve. He had a little bit of time and space, but then decided. Now they've actually... Collingwood have been now able to set it up, and they're going to come back through the corridor.
Kick finds Motlop from Duncan, who's had
8 disposals, leading ball winner on the ground.
Hawkins presents. That's his first.
That's his first touch, Spotter.
All right, and he's got it at centre half back. Just spears the ball. Patient movement. Got Stewart drifting out on the outer wing. Is Mackie. Puts the bouncing ball into the path of Parfitt. Gathered, waits, wheels back. They peel off. No one goes to the kick. Delivers the ball to Hall and Smith. And Parfitt couldn't believe his eyes, whereas he had two in front of him. They kept going the other way.
Yeah, he could have come at him, I think, swatted. Collingwood good players haven't touched it yet. Pendlebury 2, Adams 2, Treloar 1, Wells 1, Two-Man. So, look, they're in a reasonable position given that their good players haven't touched the footy much yet.
That was precision kicking all the way down the ground, wasn't it? I thought the big fella Blitzarve should have played on Swatter, but they decided to be pinpoint, and they were.
Mackie from 49, tight angle. He's got 98 career goals across the face of goal, and Mason Cox sees it through for a rush behind. 2-1-13, 1-2-8, Cats lead. Almost 16 gone in the opening term. Triple M Exetel scoreboard.
Gold sacked with ball in hand to bring it back in from fullback. Dangerfield stands the mark. Harry Taylor just covering space, as is Murdoch. They go short, and they find Varco, a former Cat himself. Spins around on the right foot. It's a good ball to Fazolo. He's a long way from home. Marks it defensive side of the wing to Adams. Has a handball option inside. Crisp does well. Wells just bobbled around a bit in his hands, hit his head, but in the end fell back into his hands to Pendlebury. Aaron hand pass from Pendlebury. That gives Motlop an opportunity. Now there's a ball to be won in the middle of the ground, and I don't think anyone will get it, so the umpire will toss it up, and a rare mistake by hand from Scott Pendlebury, as we just see Nathan Buckley looking on the Triple M Chemist Warehouse replay. Spoil Mum this Mother's Day. Sunday week, Reezy, with a great range of fragrances at Chemist Warehouse, the house of real fragrances.
Treloar feeds the handball along the ground to Fasolo. Adams had it for a long time, fortuitously. Slung in the tackle, got a handball away, bounced into the arms of Wells, and Cripps eventually gets it on the northern wing. Wheels around. What for Billy Elliott? Had a good piece of it, had two bites of it, got a handball to Pendlebury. Can he lift them here with something special? He'll centre the ball. Pies have the numbers. Take your pick. Good centre hands from Darcy Moore in a one-on-one with Mackie.
I'm loving Barco's game, Duck. Just he's really aggressive off half-back. He came streaming through the middle before. Wells fumbled it and he didn't get it. Off the back of that stoppage, he got it again. Loving the way he's playing that half-back role and giving Collingwood some real bounce off there.
Robbo quickly.
Fasolo, just looking at him, about half forward, limping around, trainer out to him, trying to run it out, but he's got a problem left side.
So Darcy Moore for his first shot at goal and the lead. They trail by 5. Shouldn't be a problem. On his way and in the book. Pies had their second. 2-2-14. Lead the Cats 2-1-13. 17:51 played of the opening term on the Triple M Exetel scoreboard.
Bob Jane T-Marts. Fazzolo's trying to get off, Robbo.
Yeah, he wants to come off. It's left side. I reckon he's got a real ankle problem, and they want to send him back on, but he's determined to come off. He's off now. In the hands of the doctor, they'll assess this, but limping badly.
Yeah, Barco, 5 disposals already, 127 metres game, number 1 for Collingwood. So he's making a real difference off half-back. Duck, you called from the straighten off, but you need someone to be able to do that in order, and he's really running off half-back.
Well, you spoke about it this morning, not this morning, this afternoon, early this afternoon in the Sunday Rub, just how important it was for those players to give them run off half-back, and that's exactly what he's giving them.
A lot of love between Duck and Roosie in the back row. Oh, you said it. No, I said
Howie.
it. No, you said it. No, it was your idea. Just pumping each other up in the back row. Murdoch, quick hand pass to Smith. Caught in a good tackle by side bottom. The Cats just pushing it forward like a rugby scrum, about 20 metres forward of the centre circles. Little kick goes nowhere. It comes to Smith. He goes a high ball right into the middle of the ground. Pendlebury is sandwiched by a couple of Cats. Now there's a ball to be won. It's a quick chain of hand pass in there by the Cats. Murdoch gets a hand pass and there's an infringement, and it's going the way of the Cats, and Menengola will get it for in the back in the middle of the ground.
Geez, old Levi Greenwood is giving it to Selwood. The kick is puffed up by Grundy. He had more short. Kick went long, found Stewart. And the squaring ball will find Mackie. Broadcast half back flank. has a bounce on the northern wing. Come at me, he says. I would have gone short to Selwood to give him a cheap possession, but he went long, Mackie. Free kick going the Cats' way, and the Tomahawk will get it. Just going back to Varco, Ruse, he's playing on Parfitt. Would you change that because Varco won't respect the kid? Would you put a more experienced player on him?
I think the problem is, Swatter, they're trying to drag Howe back, so you can't do it with both of them.
Hawkins goes inside 50. Dangerfield can't take the mark. 30 out from the Cats' goals. Somehow the Pies send it out of there. And Greenwood, Selwood on the bench, so he's got a little bit of run. Now Trelaw looping hand pass. This is better. Grundy's out. If Pendlebury can see him, he goes short down the ground to Moore. Still Grundy's on. They go one bit further to Jamie Elliott. Too much on it. Will it stay in? Chases on the boundary line. Somehow keeps it in. Elliott tight on the boundary. Gets a quick kick away, but only for a behind. They messed that one up there, the Pies. Geelong are 2-1-13. Collingwood 2-3-15. 20 done. First term. Triple M Extratel scoreboard.
Great example when you kick into someone running into space. They've got no one at all behind them. You have to put a little bit of air on the footy. Yep. So that allows a player to adjust and run onto it, either slow up or speed up onto the footy. If you kick it flat and hard, that's exactly what happens. It rolls out of bounds.
The King with the Seabus Super Special comments. And the Pies on the rebound. Barco's had another one.
6 touches.
Adams through the corridor. Bullets the ball to Broomhead. They're building here, the Pies. Wells gets a man free. Hoskinelli at northern wing. Where's Pendlebury at half forward? Takes the mark. Can play on. And ping from 45. And the skipper bounces one back. Good footy. Twice in the last 90 seconds they've moved it off half back. 2 scoring shots. And Collingwood get their third. 3-3-21. 2-1-13. Magpies lead, Triple M Exetel scoreboard.
There's that fluency that we were talking about before the game. They've got some real fluency. They're moving the ball with some speed. It's not stagnant. And we've already mentioned Varco, but that's just good ball movement right through the middle of the ground. Ended up with Pendlebury, and Pendlebury had not only options inside 50, so players are really moving and really creating options for one another.
Bob Jane T-Mart, sorry, Roosie, Mickey Roberts.
Yeah, Trelaw off and Fasolo just running on half forward, so that's a real bonus for the Pies because he was limping badly.
There's 2 things that are working really well. That's the Varco off half back and the Selwood-Greenwood matchup. Greenwood's kept him to 3 disposals. I don't think Greenwood's going to touch it much today himself, but the instructions have been pretty clear.
Tui to Guthrie. He's got the dreadlocks going at the moment, Cam Guthrie. Parfitt can't take the mark out of side. Good spoil. And it runs across the boundary line. And Pies fans, just a little bit of excitement about them at the moment. Collingwood playing nice footy, 3-3-21. As Duck said, very fluid. Geelong 2-1-13. 8 points to the good Collingwood. 4 to go in the first term on the Triple M Exetel scoreboard.
Southern wing throw in. Wells with Dangerfield. Loose ball. Holden Smith. Side bottom's got him. Smith is tackled well by Pendlebury. Got his tail up, the skipper. Kicked the last goal.
Yeah, Bosch Tall Stats, Collingwood going at 33% goal scoring efficiency. That's 7 above the league average, 15 above their season average.
Pendlebury, beautifully sharp. Handball side bottom. Now the big guns getting involved. A hard hit on Varco by Black. Got a handball away. Motlop hits the gas. Wants support. No, doesn't need it. Got around his man. Boonana, fine shot on goal. That is class. Quick reply to the Cats. 3-1-19, 3-3-21. Pies still lead. Triple M Exetel scoreboard.
It's not bad when you can step around the bloke and kick one off the banana from 35 metres out, and that's the skill level that Motlop's got. So a big hit on the other side of the ground, Swat. I can't remember who you called, but
Hawkins.
Big hit over there, and that created a spillage ball, and it's a good finish duck by Motlop.
Doesn't it make it a difference when you come back fit and healthy and have a really, really good pre-season? And that's exactly what he's had. He's had a good start to the year. He's kicked 9 goals, 1 this year, so he's had a great start to 2017, has Motlop. And yeah, his speed and carry. And we spoke to Daniel Menzel before the game, and he said that that's what they want from him. Up into the middle of the ground a little bit more, running into the forward 50.
Nice open game of footy at the moment for McDonald's. Triple M rocks footy. Side bottom, just waltzes through a few. Delivers the ball inside 50. Moore can't take the mark. Mackey's there with Stewart, who's fitting into this team nicely. Hall and Smith moving the ball by hand across half back to Cats. Motlop goes a sneaky, cheeky ball, and it goes as far as Darcy Lang, who's got it just defensive side of the wing. Geelong at 19, Collingwood at 21, with 3 minutes on the clock before quarter time.
Ball towards Hall and Smith. And Smith. Ball goes out of bounds. Throwing, northern wing. Round the grounds.
We've got the Demons leading the Bombers by 32 points, nearing full-time, Swatter.
So we'll have it tossed back in on the northern wing. Pies 3-3, Cats 3-1. Grundy and Smith engaged. Well, good luck paying it that way. Both players had him. Wells is called to play on advantage. Ball goes to Moore. Good hands. Really strong hands against Stewart. Mason Cox is the long target. Fasolo wraps around. Cox presents. Was his arms chopped? Yes. So the big American can go back and have a shot at goal for the Pies' 4th goal of the term.
Well done, Darcy Moore, because just looking at the Chemist Warehouse replay screen, not a big chop, but it was there, fair enough, well paid umpire. But Darcy Moore dropped a sitter before, and then to take that one, which is a really strong one, is a really good sign, because sometimes, well, you can go into your shell and then drop 3 or 4 in a row.
Normally pretty accurate is big Cox, but that one is a bad kick. That is really bad. Sprayed it wide. So a missed opportunity, 3-4-22, 3-1-19. Pies lead, 25 and a half gone to the opening to Triple M Exetel scoreboard.
I'll tell you what, the halfbacks now are so important to you, man. 11 for Mackie. Zach Tui's had 8. And I reckon Varco's the most important player for Collingwood at the moment off halfback.
Tui plays on to himself. Just to further illustrate Ruzzi's point. It's kicked off the ground. Pies players want deliberate, but it won't be, so the umpire will toss it in about 60 round.
Well, the good ones, Ruzzi, effectively another midfielder,
They are,
aren't they?
absolutely. 100%. High half-backs, they really work between the arcs, and the really good ones are so creative.
What do you reckon Diesel Williams would be doing to Greenwood right now if he was doing that?
He wouldn't be standing up.
Adams tracks it back towards the boundary line, but it goes whence it came. Geelong at 19, Collingwood at 22. We've got 2 minutes on the clock before quarter time on the Triple M Exetel scoreboard.
Or a Buddha Hocking or one of those.
Well, some of his teammates could give him a chop
No, they are, Swat. I'm watching it closely.
Grundy did well, worked his way to the front. Hall & Smith, acrobatic handle over the top, swooped on it by Motlop. Now they go, they run in numbers. Have a look at them, weave their way off half-back. Mackey's steadying kick. Lonigan can go to Buse if he wants. Chips it over the top towards the southern wing, and the mark is taken.
And that mark is taken by Lang. Runs back off the mark, spears a ball, and it's a good ball. Finds Parfitt. He's 2 kicks from home. Looks for options. Cockatoo's been dangerous overhead inside 50. Goes in that direction now, but it's going to favour the Pies. They can't take the mark. Broomhead. Adams, a little clever underground hand pass to Smith. He sends it out towards Fasolo, who marks in front of Jed Buse on the outer wing.
Yep, Phillips's cheeky run over the top is marked. If he moves it long, he's got Mason Cox. And he's been held up. So he comes back inboard. Smith's had a bit of it.
Yes, he's racked up 8 Bosch Tool stats.
So 1:06 to go this opening term. It's been a good response from the Pies. 3-4 to 3-1. Men through the middle. Wells with class and time over the top side bottom. Juggles the mark. Here comes Varco on the charge against his old team. Gets to 51 and scrubs a bouncing ball to Mason Cox. Paddles it through traffic towards Moore. Through for a behind. 3-5, 3-1. Pies lead. 27 and a half gone opening term. Triple M Exetel scoreboard.
Guthrie shorts it to Mackie. Got it at full back. Comes to the northern side of the ground. To Tui. Further hand pass to Stewart. Short by foot. Nice play by the Cats. They get it to the back flank. Back to Stewart from Dangerfield. Goes short to Hall & Smith. He goes a long sweeping hand pass to Blitzarves. Spent it before he had it. Gives the Pies an opportunity through side bottom. Hoofs one inside 50. More! Gets a hand to it. Couldn't take the mark in the end. Well done, Lonigan. Well done by Mackie. Guthrie's caught in a tackle, but he's got time enough to get it back to Tommy Lonigan. He goes by foot to the outer side to Black. Well done by the Cats' defence.
Siren about to sound as Greenwood comes over the top with a big spoil. And the Pies have done well, but 3 terms to go. And at quarter time, Collingwood 3-5-23 to the Cats 3-1-19 from the Triple MCG for McDonald's. Triple M rocks footy.
This quarter was brought to you by Exetel NBN, the speed you need.
For McDonald's Family McValue Box.
Triple M rocks footy.
James Brayshaw and Billy Brownless. The Rush Hour.
Willis, we've got every little piece of footy covered this week.
We have, Jimmy boy. We speak to all the legends like Wayne Carey and the Chief, Jason Dunstall.
Plus the young guns, Saints Jack Steele.
Steele got loose and kicked the goal.
And Demon speedster Jayden Hunt.
Oh, he's having a beauty. We'll even talk to AFLW superstar Daisy Pearce.
And tomorrow we'll cover all of your footy news with Damien Barrett.
The Rush Hour. Tomorrow from 4. Triple M.
IT. It changes every day. Your business must keep up. So have an elite IT team that's with you every minute. Comwire IT is your complete IT and communication support and solutions business. Our unlimited servicing means we're on hand, always. Comwire IT. Your IT is our focus. ComwireIT.com.au.
Add sides to your favourite Macca's extra value meal for $2 or $3, like a hamburger or sundae or a 3-pack of chicken McNuggets. So come in today and add a little extra value to your meal. Available after 10:30am, excludes McDelivery.
Looking for a quality Husqvarna chainsaw at an affordable price? The Husqvarna 236E chainsaw is now only $249, loaded with features like Smart Start technology, toolless chain tensioning, and a powerful X-Torque engine. The Husqvarna 236E is the ideal saw for around home, and now for a limited time, only $249. Only available at participating authorised Husqvarna servicing dealers. Husqvarna, ready when you are. Offer ends July 31 and while stocks last. See husqvarna.com.au for details.
In 2017, Triple M rocks footy. CrownBet, the official wagering partner of the AFL. CrownBet's new Multi Express is the super fast way to place a multi. Download the CrownBet app today. Gamble responsibly. Fiat Ducato, designed to work, not rest. The 6-speed manual turbo diesel engine with 1,526 kilogram payload is essential for every work. Move with more grunt. In 2017, Triple M rocks footy.
Sorry? No, I didn't see that game. Oh, really? What about the rest of the match? It's like I'm there.
A good dentist understands their patients. That's experience. But they might not know a Business Awards credit card can manage cash flow while earning points. That's the small business experience. Looking for better cash flow? With CommBank you can. Visit in branch or online.
Steel Solutions, Houston speaking.
Houston, we have a problem.
Okay, what's happened?
I'm doing a reno and my bricklayer needs some galvanised steel lintels in different lengths and sizes. Who would do that?
Relax, mate. We've got all the steel you'll need and we'll cut it to the lengths you want. You only pay for what you need and you can get it delivered or pick it up.
Houston, we don't have a problem anymore.
That's kind of why they call us Steel Solutions.
Steel Solutions. The steel you need when you need it. Sunshine, Bayswater and Springvale. SteelSolutions.com.au.
Supernova Comic-Con and Gaming Expo blast back into Melbourne April 29 and 30. For your chance to win a weekend pass and a VIP party invite, hit the win page at triplem.com.au. Supernova Comic-Con and Gaming Expo. April 29 and 30 at the Melbourne Showgrounds.
Shut up! The foot is on the radio!
Triple M Footy special comments are brought to you by Cbus Super. Whether you're on the tools or in the office, Cbus is built to last.
For McDonald's Family McValue Box,
Triple M rocks footy.
This quarter is brought to you by Beaumont Tiles. Tilers, get 5 bags of ABA Power Stick and get 1 free. Exclusive to Beaumont's Trade Club.
Half time, quarter time of the MCG. Geelong 3-1-19, Collingwood 3-5-23. The Pies by 4 points. Bon Jovi is being popped around the stadium and there's a dance-off going on. Robbo, Bob Jane, Team Hunts, are you dancing?
I'm king of the kids down here.
Oh, yeah.
I'm right in. I'm just waiting to get on the big screen. But a couple of things down here. First one's Pendlebury. Been monitoring him. There's been a bit of a whisper that he's had an injury. He doesn't seem to be injured. I know he came on, he had 5 minutes off on the Pine and then went straight down into the forward line. I know they need key forwards, but he seems to be mobile, kicked a nice goal. And the other one is Selwood. Had a nice little chat to the umpiring staff in the AFL down here when he came off on one of his rotations because of the heavy tag that Levi Greenwood was giving him. And the whole side, the Geelong side, went over to him and walked him off from the southern side into the huddle with Greenwood following. So that is the traditional old tag, and Selwood and the Geelong players all over it.
Yeah, look, there's no doubt the tactics from both coaches today are Collingwood, Greenwood versus Selwood. Greenwood's had 2, Selwood's had 3. So it is a genuine old-fashioned tag. I think they're trying to attack Howe a little bit. They're trying to get him deep in the goal square. That's working for him, but that's meant Varco off halfback's been terrific. And Collingwood's ability to stop Geelong from transitioning from their defensive 50 haven't kicked. They've had 10 rebound 50s and haven't kicked a goal yet. So they're probably the things, Duck, that sort of stand out for me in the first quarter.
Yeah, absolutely, Roosie. You nailed it. I'm just having a look at the dance-off up on the big screen there, Howie.
Bon Jovi, Duck.
They've got the Bon Jovi going. It used to be the Kiss Cam, and now it's the dance-off. And, a very happy young lady who just won it. I was just kept my eye on that while I was watching the huddles down there. It's been a really good start to the game, though, hasn't it? Really free-flowing. And as you said, Roosie, the keys have been those half-backs.
Seabus Super special comments, award-winning super for the building and construction industry. Duck keeping one eye on the game and one on the dance-off. Back in the middle we go. Dangerfield, hands and knees, can't get hands to the footy. Elliott streams back with the flight. Now Pendlebury, this is good, straight away to Greenwood. Approaches 45, great tackle by Guthrie. How that was not holding the ball, I will never know. Now for Solo, back to Mason Cox. Now Phillips, dishing it all the way back to side bottom. He swings it round the corner of the teeth of goal. But the Cats have got the answers, and Lonergan takes the mark. How was that not holding the ball?
You can hear the crowd still disappointed. Greenwood had plenty of time. It was holding the ball. That was plumb.
Lonergan. Free kick Motlop's way as Blitzarves takes the mark.
He's been good, Motlop. What are his numbers, Chewy?
Yeah, Motlop, Duck, 7 disposals, 1 zip, 100% efficiency.
Final score between the D's and the Bombers.
Melbourne 17-10, 112, defeated the Bombers by 38 points, 10-14, 74.
Cats go back inside their defensive 50 to Lonergan. Punt road end of the Triple MCG. He wobbles the ball towards Guthrie and Pendlebury. Loose ball, Greenwood. No, it's not. It's Maynard. Overruns it. Spills free Parfitt. Harry Taylor's out the back door. Cockatoo could have gone to Harry Taylor but went on his own. Pumped a high ball. Lyndon Dunn will have to be good. He wasn't. Hawkins was. Good play by the Cats. And there's the opening goal of the second term to Tommy Hawkins. 4-1-25. Cats have the lead. 3-5-23. 1.5 gone. Triple M Beaumont Tile scoreboard.
Well, that's exactly what Tom Hawkins has got a lot of this year, those one-on-ones. And that was a beautiful long kick. Cockatoo, was it? Yeah, Cockatoo just put it into space. And Tom Hawkins, well, all that he had to do was just stand under that one and mark it. That's his great strength. That's what he's got back to doing at his best, two-man. Is he still the number one? Is he contested mark player in the comp?
Yeah, Tom Hawkins, he's ranked second actually, but leads the comp for contested possessions overall inside 50.
Well, there you go. Well, he might, after that mark, he might be leading it now, two-man.
Yep.
Tell you what, he does look, Duck. You see him on the Triple M Chemist Warehouse. He looks so fit. He's almost thin through the face, Tommy Hawkins.
He's lost a few kg, I reckon. He's covering the ground a lot better than last year.
He's got the model cheekbones going on at the moment.
Good-looking rooster.
Yeah, he's got a fair bit going for him, hasn't he? Wells, now to Phillips. Has a bit of space as he approaches 50. He's going to hoof it right to the top of the square for Solo. He's outsized down there. It's fisted away from him. They try and keep it in. Chris doesn't quite do that, and it's out of bounds, about 2 metres around from the Pies goals. They're 25. Collingwood at 23, Geelong at 25, early stages, second term on the Triple M Beaumont Tile scoreboard.
Punt road forward 50 throw in. Pies end of the MCG. Umpire hurls it back in. Grundy, Treloar, tackled well with ball, thrower. 30 out from the Pies goal. Leading numbers.
Side bottom 10, Smith 9, Pendlebury 8, and for the Cats 13 to Mackie.
Greenwood tries to bullock his way through. Top of the goal square. Buse is under heat. Crisp. Kick was smothered. Elliott flies. Wouldn't have been paid the mark. Went 2 metres. Buse collides with a teammate. Swarming pressure. That's better from the Magpies. Real fierce attack of the ball. It's inside the forward pocket. Guthrie releases the handball to Tui.
He goes off the outside of the boot. Risky to go straight to Varco. Trav could go back and have a shot. He might have played on, trying to centre up, but the umpire says, no, Trav, you're okay. You didn't leave your line. And Varco will have to kick from about 40 out. Doesn't fancy the distance. Immediately dishes off to Lyndon Dunn. Goes from outside 50 right to the top of the square. Ball to be won. Geelong with numbers. Oh, that's unlucky because it's come straight off the foot, I reckon, of Murdoch and gone out in the full. And the umpire agrees with me, which will give Sidebottom, if he's good enough, a shot for goal. About 20 out. He's on the other side of the boundary line, so he's right next to the supporters who are giving him a fair bit of advice, it must be said, of the Geelong type.
What's Lyndon Dunn thinking?
Cuts it a little bit fine by Sidebottom, through for one behind.
He's actually done that a fair bit.
Has he?
Generally a very, very good kick, but I reckon he got the ball too far behind where Varco was. If he had to come up level with a bit of width, he might have been able to make the distance.
Cats by point. Seabus Super Special comments. Paul Roos, Wayne Carey. Henderson with a long 30-metre handball to Dangerfield. Laid a short one to the running man, Motlop. 2 bounces. Could have had 3. It's a wobbly ball outside of the boot. Wells has a chance. Was he clean? He was perfect. Great gather. Off to Pendlebury. Forward to the handball. Trelaw could give it to Hoskin Elliott. Nice build-up. Needs support. Here comes Phillips. There's the support. Kick on goal. That is champagne football. Magpies through the middle, capped up with a goal, have the lead back, 4-6-30, 4-1-25. Good game of footy, Triple M Beaumont Tiles scoreboard.
I reckon Motlop would like to have that kick again. He was pretty well unpressured on the wing, and I don't know who he was actually trying to kick it to. It must have come off the side of his boot.
No left foot, Ruse. He tried a banana. He kicked a beautiful banana goal in that first quarter that we saw. He tried the same kick going inside forward 50, and he just missed his target completely. But geez, that Collingwood looked good when they're able to execute their skills through the middle of the ground and then finish inside 50. That was perfect. But, Motlop just tried a check side on the outside of his boot because he's got no left foot. And unfortunately, the modern-day footballer, a lot of them haven't.
McDonald's family McValue box gets stuck into it when you get an opportunity on the way home tonight from the footy. Now, Crisp needs to be clean here as they just move it forward. The Pies is a free kick and it's going the way of Adams. He was infringed in a tackle by Mitch Duncan. So Taylor Adams inside the centre square, plays on, driving ball on the right. Moore goes really early, gets over the top of Henderson, who's awake to that, comes back to Henderson. Now Lang by foot to the outer side. Mitch Duncan marks it in front of the southern stand on the back flank.
Well held up by Varco. Spearing ball, Mackie. Edge of the square. Southern side, punt road in. 30 playing 25. Cats have numbers back in their defensive 50. Buse is 1, so is Lonigan. Top of his defensive goal square now. Over the top. Spots up Duncan. Selwood's numbers with Greenwood, please.
4.
Yeah, and Greenwood's had 5, so make that 6.
Good kick by Duncan. Spots up Murdoch, broadcast wing.
The long-legged Murdoch swings onto the left, drives a 60-metre ball down the line. Harry Taylor fighting alongside Smith. Smith does well. Rove, not his usual occupation. Now Blitzarves arrives. Ball to be won. Comes to Varco. Free kick. A little bit high against Adams. And the umpire calls play on now. The Pies have got a bit of space on the outer side through Hoskin Elliott. Impressive kick. Young player.
And he made it work too.
Great kick.
On the southern wing, no one's on the mark, so he can go, Will. Heads down the line. There's an equally good kick. Got Crisp. Takes the mark. Longy's more. Give him a chance. Murdoch's his target. That's a bad kick. Scrubs the bouncing ball towards Elliott. What can he do with Lonigan corralling him? What's Billy got with under his possession? Gives a handball off to Trelaw. Centering ball. Watch for Moore to arrive late with a big leap over the top.
Nothing kick in the end, Swatter, from Trelaw. It either had to be further out from goal or have a ping, and he was caught halfway in between, and they just get the ball over the line far too easily.
Collingwood 4-7, the Cats 4-1. They've had plenty of opportunities, the Pies. This is good through the middle of the ground by Geelong. They're on a bit of a burst if Harry Taylor can pick it up, or Hawkins just shoves his man out of the way with brute strength. Back to Harry, he's caught by Howe. Just managed to get the hand pass away at the last moment. Parfitt arrives. Doesn't worry about the footy at the moment, worries about his opponent, who's Hoskin Elliott. Trying to keep it in, outer side of the ground. Parfitt, a looping hand pass towards Selwood. Goes volleyball style. They go inside 50, the Cats.
Probing ball. Shady slots into the hole nicely. Lateral kick. Outside bottom. 31-25. Pies lead. Pendlebury, numbers.
Pendlebury, 10 disposals, number 1 ranked player for the Magpies.
Moves it quickly. Adams getting busy. Through the corridor they go. Greenwood, that's Selwood's man. No one with him. Tipping ball over the top to Broomham. Here comes Varco. Can he give it to him? No. He goes towards Elliott on the stretch. Too much carry on the ball. Lonigan will get back there.
Gee, there's some space in the middle of the ground for the Pies, but they just can't hit the ball inside 50. Good tackle on the outer side.
Yeah, they're +5 inside 50s this quarter. It's probably the same story a little bit. 4-7. Two-man, they haven't really capitalised on their ascendancy again today.
Their inefficiency building up. They're ranked 18th for goal scoring at 18% this year.
They're slicing him with run through the middle of the ground though, Roosie, the Pies.
Yep.
Blitzarves battling away with Smith in the ruck. Now Trelaw arrives with Selwood on his hammer. There's a free kick. I reckon it was a throw, one of those hand passes that you try and deliver over your own shoulder and you infringe. And Georgie Hall-Smith has it in the back flank outer side.
Greenwood's had 5 possessions in this quarter to Selwood's 1. I'd sit Selwood forward now. Just let him, just put Greenwood behind the footy for a little bit. Allow another player the opportunity to win some footy through the middle of the ground. Roosie.
I think the other thing, this is a great opportunity for Geelong. You're right. Get him out of the midfield.
Get
push
someone
else in the midfield.
Exactly.
And let's try and win without Selwood having a massive bearing on the game.
The King and the Zen Master. Seabar Super Special comments. Pendlebury got the free kick.
Unusual
Adams
combination.
getting busy. You wouldn't have thought it would work, but I tell you what, it is the yin and yang in every way possible. Howie, loose ball picked up by Crisp. Goes back inboard. Howe's got it. Did you give me the Adams numbers?
10 touches.
Thank you, Ash.
Howe has it in the middle of the ground. Drives one. Inside 50 on the left. Fazolo is out positioned by a couple of Cats defenders. One of them is Murdoch, who takes the mark. Goes short to Lang. He does the same. Now to Stewart. I like the look of this fella. Tough looking operator. Looks to the northern side of the ground and now goes that way by foot. Motlop does really well. Out positions well. Did everything but took the mark in the end. Motlop sets Guthrie a task. He's up to it. Zach Tui tries to get around Smith. Just hanging on to the ball somehow here at the Cats. And it's pushed forward by Buse, tight on the boundary line. And across it goes in front of Tommy Hawkins. About 100 metres around from the Cats' goals. Collingwood a 4-7-31 playing nicely. Geelong 4-1-25. 10.5 into the second term on the Triple M Beaumont Tiles scoreboard. Beaumont's your one-stop shop for tiles and bathroom wear.
Mason Cox on his own. Grabbed it. Thought he was dispossessed. Dangerfield charges away from the stoppage. High ball down the line. Goldsack's there, takes the easy mark just inside the field of play.
It was only his second possession in the quarter, Dangerfield. That one, and turned it over.
As Ruzi said, it's a good opportunity for the middle tier Cats if Dangerfield is having a quiet quarter and Selwood's being pressured by Greenwood. For Solo, little sneaky hand pass, gets it back. Runs defensively now. Varco back to Fasolo. He's had 3 possessions in this change. Now comes to Adams, who sends it to the outer side.
Bouncing ball eluded. Hoskin Elliott. Cats through Black. Looping handball to Motlop. Does one of those cute kicks to Tommy Hawkins.
No left foot
duck. Was a poor ball. 45 out from the Cats' goal. Pies defend. Good tackling pressure inside 50 though by the Cats. It's Aaron Black with a good ball. Comes out the back. Hoskin Elliott, quick handball. Smith a bouncing ball. More. Varco in everything at the moment.
Keeps it in front of himself. Just chips it off the ground. Varco, Lonigan. What'd you see? Duck on the Triple M Chemist Warehouse replay.
Well, he's just kicked it off the ground. And we kicked it straight towards the boundary off the ground. So, given that, it was always going to be deliberate.
So the Cats with the free kick, they take it all the way back to centre half, back to the Mac Daddy. He goes to Zach Tui, right on the AFL logo, in front of the MCC members. Melbourne earlier on today.
Yeah, too good for the Bombers by 38 points.
One other game still to take place.
Adelaide v Richmond, 4:40 start, Adelaide Oval.
Top of the table clash. Inside 50, Goldsack on hands and knees. Now Guthrie, Smith, Howe just trying to boot it out of his own defensive zone. Sends it out towards Hoskin Elliott. Can't get a clear handle on it. He's done. Mitch Duncan picks his pocket, approaches 50. High ball right to the teeth of goal. Hawkins, there's a touch on it. There is by Shade or Dunn, one of the two. Collingwood 4-8-32. Geelong 4-2-26 on your Triple M Beaumont Tiles scoreboard.
Howe's got it deep in his defensive 50. Smith's had a bit of it too.
He's racked up 12 touches, Swatter.
7-point lead to the Magpies. 4-8 to 4-1. Pendlebury has been good. Selwood has been well held. Moore with a big leap over the top. Kept his feet, Darcy Moore, and possession. Ball goes out of bounds off the hand of Murdoch, though. Give us the numbers of Joel Selwood, please.
Yeah, Selwood's only 4 disposals. He's averaging 32 this year.
Well, Chu working nicely in the back row with Ruzi and Duck. Seabus Super special comments. Award-winning super for the building and construction industry. Outer wing. Players just jump on the footy, so the umpire says, come on, give it to me and I'll toss it up. Geelong at 26, Collingwood at 31. What type of crowd are we looking at this stage?
It is about 55,000, Howie.
Okay. Side bottom, his kick is smothered. It falls to Pendlebury by hand. Now Broomhead with his hair up in a little bun. Mitch Duncan having a really good season. Bends it round the corner down towards Harry Taylor and Shade. And Harry Taylor just sees it across the boundary line. The umpire will toss it in. For about 60 round from the Cats' goal.
For what it's worth, I reckon 51.
Okay, 51 you think, Duck? He's in good form today, Duck.
Throw in, left half forward flank. You see, never not, Howie?
Well, when he started answering his own questions in the Sunday Rub, I knew that it was going to be a good day for him.
So a free kick going to side bottom.
What are his numbers, side bottom? Because he turned the ball over a little bit in that first quarter, but he's a wonderful player, and Pendlebury's had a good start too as they both combine there.
Side bottom 13, leading ball winner for the Magpies, and Pendlebury also now with 13.
They're out here. The sack's got it. Northern wing heads down the line to Grundy. He's got Fasolo short. He's got Elliott long. He's got Varco on the lateral.
Well, he can't think that quick.
No, Duck. He's a ruckman. Doing the best he can. Kick and a half from home.
Still
he's not
deciding.
sure. Jeepers, what do I bloody do? Get it out of the way, Grundy. I'm going to take them all on. For Christ's sake, someone save me.
Eventually, through Maynard, they drive it forward to Moore. Good mark, because it was a funny, mongrel, wobbling type of punt. It curved away from him. He got it in the chest, and he'll have a shot from 30 on a 45-degree
Trev
angle.
Barco's gone straight to Brodie Grundy. He said, mate, just keep it simple.
No, he's not. He's reading the scoreboard between his ears. He doesn't. Sometimes ruckmen, they don't just quite pick things up as quick as others.
Just because you're tall doesn't mean you're dumb.
No, he's having a very good year, Grundy. Don't worry about that. He just doesn't. He's probably not Pendlebury-like in his decision making.
Darcy Moore. He's got one from a tight angle from about 40 out. Starts it right. It's always going to stay that way. Never really gave it a chance. One behind to the Pies. Geelong a 4-2-26. Collingwood a 4-8-32. Nice game. One goal up the Pies. Triple M Bosch tool stats.
Robbo.
Tommy Hawkins just taken off the ground too. I know Geelong are behind, but we've had frustration from Selwood, and then he came off the big forward, also very animated to the staff down here, so it's not going Geelong's way.
Two guns in there in Pendlebury and also Dangerfield. Dangerfield's got this great ability, Roosie, because he's so strong through the core to be on the ground and then stand up in and around traffic and release the footy.
Yeah, he's so powerful around the stop. That's what makes him so hard. Once he gets through and out the other side of the stoppage, that's when he's really, really dangerous. But Collingwood had a lot of disposals inside their 50, 27. Geelong have only had 9. So, again, still not making the most of their opportunities, the Pies. But certainly playing a really good brand of footy today.
Grundy copped an unfair whack from a couple of members in this box earlier on, but he'll respond to that. Now Dangerfield, he had the strong core. Long right football towards Cockatoo Collins. Not Cockatoo Collins. He used to play for Essendon and Port Adelaide. And Rex used to say the cock is off the perch. That's how badly you got that wrong. In the end, the ball goes across the boundary line in front of Nakia Cockatoo, about 20 around from the Cats' goals.
I'm just going to write that down for talking footy. Say that again. Mark Howard calling Cockatoo Collins.
But I did realise I got the wrong bloke.
Yes.
So we'll have it tossed in. Cats forward 50. They've kicked just one goal each, both of these teams respectively.
Plug in to say that again on Channel 7.
Good spoil. Maynard, side bottom, free for a throw. Goes against Maynard. So the Cats through Selwood.
Selwood only 4 possessions.
Gives a handball off to Guthrie. Charges to 52. It's a probing ball across the face of goal. Keeping it in was Lyndon Dunn, along with Aaron Black. Did well. Got it to Lang in the pocket. Miraculous shot on goal. Was too tight. Through for a behind. 4-3-27. 4-8-32. Pies lead. Triple M Beaumont Tiles scoreboard with 7 minutes to go. Second term.
He was a good player, the Cocky Duck.
Yes, he was exciting.
Smith wanted to come to the members' side. In the end, he's forced wide to the southern stand side. Henderson just gets a little fist on it. Goes across the boundary line. 6:54 in the second term to go. Triple M Bosch tool stats. Bosch Power Tools, good, better Bosch. Who's impressing?
Pendlebury, Howie's still the number 1 ranked player on the ground. 13 disposals, 100% by foot.
After a rare quiet week last week for the Pies skipper, he's back in business. Pushed forward off the ground by the Pies towards Moore and Henderson. Neither really wins the battle, but Moore does well by buttering up, getting it quickly by hand. But Guthrie is there. Defensive side of the ground for the Cats. Straight through the hands of Blitzarves.
Phillips got one. A flying shot on goal from a step. And sprays it. And it was an unguarded forward 50 and goal square. Through for a behind. 33-27. 6.5 to go of the opening half on the Triple M Beaumont Tiles scoreboard. Beaumont's a one-stop shop for tiles and bathroom wear.
Stewart plays onto himself. A little bit messily, but gets away with it. Blitzarves brings the ball to ground. Darcy Lang burrowing away on the bottom of the pack now. This could get a bit ugly now. Greenwood, and it does get ugly in Selwood. By gee, Nakia Cockatoo came in really hard in defence of his captain. Just bundled over Greenwood. It looked like it could explode there. Gee whiz.
Good on him. I don't mind that, Howie. Greenwood's got the free kick, but you know what? I love Cockatoo coming in.
Coming hard.
Yeah, standing up for his captain. I don't mind it. I know you know what, might even cost him a goal.
Well, I reckon the pig loves it right now. He's under the nose of the captain. And Cockatoo, and the kick towards Goldsack, not good. Good spoil. Selwood gets a handball to Haaland Smith, drives the ball down the long towards Black and Shady. And the ball goes out of bounds. And when we go downstairs, Robbo, Bob Jane team.
A lot of yelling, a lot of gesticulation, pointing. They're sick of this tag. That was great. They all stood up at one down here on the bench at Geelong.
Yeah, well done, Cockatoo. No harm done.
Grundy assumes front position. Crowd wanted a throw against the Pies, but it didn't go that way now. Lonergan sweeping hand pass to Guthrie. Runs hard on the flank. Risky ball into the middle of the ground. Arriving late is Hoskin Elliott. Takes on Henderson. One real handy touch on the footy by Henderson, but it comes to Moore. He's going to go further. Hoskin Elliott by hand. They're 30 from home here. Broomhead spins around, tries to spot a man inside, and he does. And that's big Mason Cox, who can line up from about 35 out directly in front. He's had one shot today, which he was a little skew whiff on. Can he slot this one for the Pies?
I was about to say Big Mason hasn't had an influence on this game, and he was up on the wing here, he was involved, he's just obviously not great below his knees, and then he just drifted back inside 50 and found himself by himself because no one had manned up on him. So probably good luck, good fortune.
He'd be expected to kick this, Cox. Just trots in, little pump of a very big fist. Mason is on the board. And the Pies, this will be now game high, 5-9-39. Geelong, 4-3-27, a 2-goal lead. It is game high on the Triple M Beaumont Tile scoreboard to the Pies.
It's interesting, just watching the clearances, and Collingwood are winning them 18-11. I think the problem is, at the moment, that Geelong are spending too much time trying to help Selwood. I noticed the last Dangerfield went to Greenwood, which meant Dangerfield and Selwood were on Greenwood, and there was that taking away the advantage. I'd be saying to, I'd be doing it the other way. I'd be going, Selwood, you go to a Collingwood player and leave Dangerfield by himself at a stoppage. Right. It's not a bad weapon to have when Dangerfield's by himself. Don't have Dangerfield and Selwood both on Greenwood.
Seabus Super special comments. Paul Roos, Wayne Carey, award-winning super for the building and construction industry. 12-point lead to the Pies for McDonald's. Triple M Rocks footy. Tui scrubs it inside 50. Howe with good use of the body. Loose handball. Shade picks it up. Steps past one. Got a second tackle. It was good work by Menangola. Back into the team after missing a week with a strong tackle. And he can go back and have a shot at goal at the 22-minute mark of the second term, trailing by 2 goals.
Very impressed by Menangola. Didn't know his whole story until we spoke to him last week, and speaks incredibly well. And what a great story. Persistence and perseverance. What up?
Yep, and a cyclist. We love that. 7 career goals.
Well, some like it.
We love it.
I reckon
27-39.
Stay on the bike tracks.
You rich bugger. Kick is on its way from Menangola. He's up, because he's torching every bugger at the moment. The Duck are behind, 28-39 on the Triple M Beaumont Tile scoreboard.
I don't mind bike riders, just stay on the bike tracks.
Says a man who's been known to walk down Toorak Road with pink shorts on and a pram.
That's right.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with that.
Message written and spoken by Wayne Carey of Wayne Carey Enterprises. The rest of the box has got nothing to do with that one. Smith pushes the ball inside 50 by hand. Wells to Moore, who goes for a 30-metre hand pass, but it only went 25 metres, and Zach Tui was there. Selwood got some rare space from Greenwood. Now Mackie goes all the way back to Lonergan at centre-half back. He elects to go to the outer wing to the tough-looking Stewart. Can't take the mark. Well done by Hoskin Elliott to knock him away a free kick. Releases Mason Cox. He moves like treacle, but pushes the ball inside 50. Mackie Elliott. Coming in late is Crisp. Wants to sock it off the ground. Managed to get a little toe poke on it. It's good. They worked hard for that. Really hard, the Pies. Crisp somehow managed to get enough on it to send it through. Have to keep an eye on Stewart on the outer wing. Geelong 28, Collingwood 45, out to 17 points. Triple M Beaumont Tile scoreboard. Bob Jane T-Mart, Stewart cop one there, Robbo.
He is, and the doc, Dr. Allen, out to him. They're just running through centre-half forward now. A little bit groggy, stayed down on the ground, Howard, for a while. They're going to have to assess him.
I'll tell you who's been really good. Hoskin Elliott, the last 2 switch kicks that have gone across the ground, Hoskin Elliott's intercepted, or at least spoiled both of them, and created 2 scoring opportunities and 2 goals because of it.
Hoskin Elliott, 12 disposals, 7 score involvements, 1 major.
17-point lead. They've been under siege. The Pies, the coach has been questioned, and they are standing tall. For McDonald, Triple M Rocks footy. Treloar didn't have it. Whistle on play. Free kick going Treloar's way. It's all going Collingwood's way at the moment. Must capitalise here. Got a man working hard towards the outer half forward flank. Broomhead with Tui. Foot race. Bouncing ball. Broomhead did well with a follow-up tackle on Tui. Did he just drop the pill? I thought he did. Umpire didn't. Selwood getting a couple of possessions. Greenwood marks him closely. May get it back. Greenwood will track the skipper for Geelong. Takes him to ground. Got a handball away and a subsequent free kick.
Centre clearances, Bosch Power Tools. Good, better, Bosch.
Yeah, shellacking is 9-2 Collingwood's way, Howie.
9-2, and that's with Dangerfield and Selwood on your side. Harry Taylor takes a nice mark, kicked an early goal. Cats fans getting into Levi Greenwood, but he's doing a good job at the moment on the Cats skipper. Ball inside 50, Hawkins. He's busted off the footy, butters up well. Menengola, strong player, just breaks the tackle. Now gives it to Hall Smith, little spearing ball inside 50. I don't know if it was luck or fortune, but it's found Buse, who'll go back and have a shot from 25 directly in front. The crowd getting a bit involved.
I'll tell you who was very good was Menengola. He just stood up in the tackle, unbelievable composure, spun around and gave out a handball. Look, I think the kick was a little bit lucky, but certainly Menengola's effort was all class.
Very strong. Jed Buse, son of a gun, from 20 directly in front, shouldn't be a problem. Much needed by the Cats. Geelong 6-9-45. Collingwood 6-9-45. Geelong 5-4-34. First goal of the season for Jed Buse in his first game of the season. Bob Jane, T-Marts, Mickey Roberts.
Tom Stewart, as we know, off the ground, got clipped on the outer side. Took a long time to get to his feet. He's on the pine now. They've assessed him. Put him through a bit of a concussion test. He's still blinking, hands in head or head in hands. Still in a lot of pain, so they're going to have to assess his concussion there.
I reckon we've got a world record here. Just sitting with the two-man. The 3 defenders, two-man, from Geelong. You want to go through their numbers?
Yeah, Tui with 18, Lonigan 17 and Mackie 16. So that's a combined total of 51 disposals, and we haven't even hit half-time yet.
World record pace, Chew.
Right up there, Swatter.
For McDonald's, Triple M Rocks footy. Treloar's tackle on Dangerfield. Good. Here go the Pies. Pendlebury through heavy traffic. He made them all elude him, but then gave an errant handball. Broomhead to arrive. Good tackle on him by Murdoch at half forward. And we'll have it thrown up. What about the other end of the ground? Varco's numbers too.
Varco for Bosch Tool Stats, 12 disposals and 6 score involvements.
Another centre clearance for the Pies. We'll get Roosie and Duck to have a look exactly what's occurring in there in a minute. Pendlebury. Hopeful ball inside 50. Moore. Really good mark by Darcy Moore. He dropped an early one, and since then he's taken a couple of strong contested marks. This one on Lonigan, that's no easy feat. And Darcy Moore, who's kicked one, will go back and have a shot for his second from about 40. No great angle.
Well, that's 201 centimetres against 191. So that's that 10 centimetre difference, and also the reach. So when he puts his hands up and he's strong in his conviction for the footy, Darcy Moore, he's very hard to spoil.
D. Moore. Kicks now, keeps it low, loves it off the boot, as do Pie fans around the ground and somewhere in the back of the Triple M box. Collingwood 7-9-51, Geelong 5-4-34, back out to 17 points. 28 done, second term, Triple M Beaumont Tiles scoreboard.
Well, you wanted to talk about centre clearances. So yeah. Collingwood have had 10, Geelong have had 2, side bottoms have 3 of those 10. So he's been brilliant in there again today, but that hasn't been their issue. Their issue has been what Darcy Moore just did then. Strong mark, goal. Good sign by the Pies. They are in this up to their necks, playing some good footy.
Yeah, I think we see his strength, Darcy Moore. At this stage of his career, Duck, he's not going to take hard one-on-ones, but you touched on it. If you actually give him a jump at it and he gets his hands up, he's going to be hard to stop.
Pies by 17 for McDonald's, Triple M Rocks footy. Pendlebury's kick was smothered well. It was almost another clearance. He has another go. He's ridden into the ground fairly. Umpire will charge in for a throw-up. 17-point margin. 23 seconds to go of the opening half. Pies have been brave, but there's a big second half coming up, and the Cats have been dominant in the fourth quarter, Ash.
Yeah, they have. They've absolutely belted teams, Swatter. They've won 4 out of 5 fourth quarters. As we know, they kicked 11 goals straight against Hawthorn a couple of weeks ago.
Selwood's been big in those final terms as well.
Yep.
He's being stood by Greenwood at the moment, in the middle. 15 seconds on the clock before half-time. Big tackle applied as Geelong just moved the ball forward, 20 in towards their attacking zone from the centre circles. Only 7 seconds on the clock. Collingwood are 51. Geelong are 34. Contested possessions. Collingwood lead that. Geelong lead the uncontested possessions. Ball quickly pushed forward by the Pies. Mason Cox falls to Moore right on the siren. I reckon he kicked after the siren. Long shot on goal. It's through the goals, but I reckon the siren had gone. The umpires confirmed that. Really entertaining first half of football. Moore has 2 goals for Collingwood. All single goal kickers for the Cats.
It's a little bit of Collingwood's luck just there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Darcy Moore running and kicking a goal.
It was a good goal
half
too.
a second after the siren.
Collingwood 7-9, 51. Geelong 5-4, 34. It is a 17-point lead the way of Collingwood. Paul Roos, Wayne Carey, that is next. McDonald's, Triple M, Rocks Footy.
This quarter was brought to you by Beaumont Tiles. Tilers, get 5 bags of ABA Power Stick and get 1 free. Exclusive to Beaumont's Trade Club for McDonald's Family McValue Box.
Triple M Rocks Footy.
Hi, it's Eddie Maguire from Triple M's Hot Breakfast. Right now, Triple M is rocking football.
Triple M rocks football.
Next week on the Hot Breakfast, dual Brownlow medalist Chris Judd.
I think that's what we've all been waiting for.
St Kilda's Joey Montagna.
I didn't know there was a rule that as soon as you get the ball, you have to kick it.
Master Chef's Matt Preston.
You know, obviously, Luke is the nicest man in the world.
Thank you, man.
Plus, Killing Heidi will perform live from my desk. It's another big week on Triple M's Hot Breakfast. Everything Melbourne. We're back tomorrow from 6.
With Macca's Gourmet Creations now in drive-thru, my Utes become my favourite restaurant.
Macca's new Gourmet Creations burgers now in drive-thru. The fast, easy way to gourmet. Available from 10:30am to 4am at participating restaurants.
Hi, I'm Emmanuel from Manny Sub Spearfishing. We have people all over the world wanting our products. Thanks to Pack and Send, I can easily send them to my international customers. I put in a request online, then a real person contacts me and works out the best option. Pack and Send saved me time, trouble and money sending overseas.
Pack and Send. With 100 franchise service centres, we're closer than you think. Get a quote at packandsend.com.au.
First home buyers, you don't need to put the great Australian dream of owning your own home on hold until July 1st. Porter Davis will pay the stamp duty on all house and land packages for you. And if you've already bought land, Porter Davis will refund your stamp duty. So why wait? There's never been a better time to be a first home buyer. Applies to land contracts up to $350,000 including GST. Offer expires June 30, 2017. Exclusions and limitations apply. For terms and conditions, see porterdavis.com.au.
Okay, here are my house rules 1, 2 and free.
What?
1, get into Beaumont's. 2, buy your beautiful tiles or stone.
And free?
For every $2,000 you spend, you'll get $400 of bathroom wear free.
Wow, free bathroom wear at Beaumont Tiles.
Looking good at a showroom near you.
T's and C's apply.
It's been years now. We used to have so much fun building our business. But with all the late nights doing tax reporting and books, we're really not enjoying ourselves anymore. Then, like a miracle, an angel got all our accounts up to scratch and got the taxman off our backs. We're off to Sorrento this weekend for a bit of overdue fun.
Your Business Angels. Real business help when there's no time to waste.
Oh, what a shot from Curry!
Now that was a big moment in TV. But this is even bigger. Watch the NBA playoffs on ESPN when you bundle IONet's limitless broadband data with home phone line, Fetch, and the Vibe channel pack from just $79.99 a month. IONet with Fetch, the next big moment in TV. 24-month contract minimum charge is $2,059.70, including setup. Call 131917 to see if IONet is available in your area.
Hi, Rodney Jane here. At Bob Jane T-Marts, we have more brands and more deals. Buy 3, get 1 free on Bridgestone Potenza and Acopia, plus on a wide range of Yokohama passenger tyres. Up to $100 cash back on a set of 4 selected tyres from Michelin and Hankook. And our huge selection of alloy wheels starts from just $99. At Bob Jane T-Marts, we'll look after you.
Bridgestone, Yokohama and Michelin offers end April 30th. Hankook, May 31st. See website for T's and C's.
Shut up!
family McValue box.
Triple M rocks footy.
This halftime break is brought to you by IGA Liquor. Make sure you stock up at IGA Liquor this footy season.
Pies fans pretty happy at half-time. Collingwood 7-9, 51. Geelong 5-4, 34. Only one multiple goal kicker out on the ground. That is Darcy Moore, who has kicked a goal in each quarter. A 17-point lead to Collingwood over Geelong. Earlier on today at Etihad Stadium in the match between the Demons and who, Chu?
The Bombers. So Melbourne 17-10, 112. Defeated the Bombers by 38 points, 10-14, 74.
Okay, this is the halftime break for IGA Liquor. IGA Liquor, make sure you stock up at IGA Liquor this footy season. Now, if you want to know exactly what's happening in this game, just listen to Roosie and he'll bounce off Chu. They've got a nice little thing going and we'll find out exactly what's occurring here, Roosie.
Yeah, I liked a couple of things that Nathan did. I liked the Greenwood matchup on Selwood, and that's been a win certainly for the Pies. I've loved Travis Varco off a halfback flank, too, man. I think he's been involved in the game really, really well with his speed and his ball use.
Yeah, he is. He's 12 disposals, but you look at that 6 score involvements and you look at his metres gained, he's ranked in the top 7 on the ground, which is a good result for him.
And I think Will Hoskinelli has been really important too. The last couple of times that Geelong tried to move the ball out of the defence and switch it, he's been responsible for creating a bit of havoc. Pendlebury's really come back. As you know, he's had one bad game in about 40 years, so that was last week. So you reckon he was going to respond, and he did that. So it's been some really good stuff. I think the thing that you've alluded to me before, Two-Man, was the corridor. This year they've used the ball for the corridor 33%. Today it's 59%.
Yeah, and that also rolls out to their goal scoring efficiency. As we know, they've been terribly inefficient, the Magpies, going at 18% this season. Now that's 8 below the league average. Well, today it's pretty much on par on the league average, going at 27%.
And I think for the Cats, it's good and it's bad. I mean, you've got Tui, your half-backs, your 3 defenders, Tui, Lonergan and Mackey, you've had 18, 17 and 16, which means they're spending a lot of time, the ball's spending a lot of time in your back half. So even though those guys are playing well, you'd love to see more numbers through the midfield. Centre clearances are a massive issue too, man.
Yeah, it's 10-2 Collingwood's way, and overall clearances are 22-12.
Yeah, so contested possession, which is something everyone's been crying out for, just a brand. And look, Collingwood have been pretty good in contested possession, but you can see an identifiable brand today, Howie, now regardless of whether they win or lose the game, what we're seeing, we spoke to Brenton Sanderson before, and I think their frustration has been more around their consistency. Can they deliver a brand? And certainly in the first half, you'd have to say, and clearly they're winning, but you'd have to say they've looked the far better team. They've looked more direct. Their midfielders are really, really strong around the contest. Their overall clearances have been really, really good. And I suspect Scotty would be talking about this Selwood-Greenwood matchup, because I did say late in that quarter, too, man, that they're very focused on helping Selwood and blocking for Selwood. Now, I think that's a great team concept. He's your captain, he's your leader, but sometimes that can take your focus away from the stoppages. And I noticed that Dangerfield went to help Selwood. Again, very good. I mean, Dangerfield's a Brownlow medalist, so you have that selfless view. I'm not criticising Dangerfield, but what I'm saying is I'd probably rather see Selwood fight the battle a little bit, maybe even go to another player, make it 2-on-1, and leave Dangerfield free at a stoppage, because he's extremely dangerous. So I reckon that'll be a big point of a conversation at half-time in the Geelong rooms. I don't even mind Selwood going to half forward, pushing up at a stoppage, just as an extra midfielder. What do Collingwood do then? Do they leave a 7th defender? So they play their 6 plus Greenwood as a defender. Selwood comes up as the 6. So there's things that I'll be fascinated to see happens out of the break, what they do. So it's been a really good game. I mean, from the pure point of view of Collingwood, Howie, they've been able to get the game the way Collingwood supporters would have come here today saying, we want them a little bit more direct. We want to get some more out of our forward line. They're still 7-9, so they need to correct their goal kicking. So there's some areas of the game they've certainly improved today, and it's half-time. Consistency, 60 minutes has been good so far.
Very nicely done, Roosie, combined with some Triple M Bosch tool stats alongside the Two-Man. Good news, as the Crows just run out on the ground in front of what I can only assume is a packed Adelaide Oval. After this game, we'll go to Adelaide for the second half. Top of the table, Chew, between Adelaide and Richmond. A really good win by Melbourne. We've just had a look at a couple of stats there. A man that seems to be getting it done every week before we let you go for a quick break, Roosie. Clayton Oliver, again, racking up plenty of stats today.
Yeah, look, he's been terrific, Chew, man. What's he had? 8 and 25 and
33 touches.
33 touches.
I think every game 30 plus this year for Clayton Oliver.
Yeah, and I think the other thing is, no, that we don't want to bash the Hawks to death, but you've had Jordan Lewis come in and had 15 and 15, and watching a bit of the vision as we're trying to sneak a bit in the pre-game. He's just a elite ball user, and something that Hawthorn are missing now. He's been really good. Hibberd looks like he's had another game, two-man for 24.
Yeah, and Petrarca, Howie, you said off air, you're surprised he actually played today. Well, he nailed 4 majors, so career high in his short little career today.
Yeah, we had that knock to the knee last week, and he went forward and was pretty productive then, so well done to him. Half-time here at the MCG. Collingwood 7-9-51, Geelong 5-4-34. Darcy Moore has got 2 for the Pies, who lead the Cats by 17 points. McDonald's Triple M rocks footy. Here's Jeff Tyler with another M Sport update for the Master Builders Association of Victoria. Jeffrey?
Thanks, boys. Brenton Sanderson admits there's been some ugly signs this year at Collingwood. The Magpie assistant, chatting with Triple M's Sunday Rub before today's game with Geelong, says on the upside they're learning from the downsides.
In all those games, we've been in front at some point, and I know that's not much to clutch onto, but we've played some good footy at times. But you're right about us with our ball use. Our ball use has been poor at critical moments, and we've been losing, too many one-on-one contests around the ground.
Melbourne victory is half an hour away from taking on Brisbane in the second semi-final of the A-League. The winner faces Sydney FC next weekend. And Englishman Anthony Joshua knocks out Ukrainian Vladimir Klitschko in a heavyweight classic in front of more than 90,000 fans at Wembley Stadium.
Well, what can I say?
Freedom's All Furniture sale just got even bigger. Drop in store for bigger savings across the range. But hurry, extended only until Monday. So find any excuse. Freedom.
The Triple M footy gamecast mostly cloudy tonight, so we'll drop down to 12 degrees, but right now it's 17 degrees at the MCG. Thanks to Master Builders. Make sure you choose a builder you can trust. Up next, the second half from the Cats and Magpies for McDonald's Triple M rocks footy.
This halftime break was brought to you by IGA Liquor. Make sure you stock up at IGA Liquor this footy season. For McDonald's Family McValue Box.
Triple M rocks footy. Triple M rocks footy all weekend. If you stumbled your way awkwardly through puberty around 25 years ago, you're going to love tomorrow. Triple M's playing 90s rock all day. The era when music was rock solid, even if your voice wasn't. Triple M's Generation 90s. All day tomorrow from 8 on Triple M. Add sides to your favourite Macca's extra value meal for $2 or $3, like a hamburger or sundae or a 3-pack of chicken McNuggets. So come in today and add a little extra value to your meal. Available after 10:30 a.m. excludes McDelivery.
It's one thing to hear big moments in footy, but it's another thing to actually witness them. And with CrownBet AFL Live Vision, that's exactly what you can do.
There's one for the history books right there.
Watch every game, every moment, live on your mobile or tablet.
This will go down as one of the greatest comebacks of the modern era.
And it's available to all CrownBet members. Download the app today. CrownBet. Reward yourself. Conditions apply. 18 plus. Gamble responsibly.
AEG Power Tools now has more than 30 18-volt heavy-duty tools, which means more power to take on more jobs. And that means more money in your back pocket. You also get more warranty with up to 6 years on the tools and 3 on the battery with online registration. Because AEG are a leading trade brand available at Bunnings Warehouse, there are more places to buy them, including the guarded aisle. So as a tradie, what more do you need? AEG Power Tools, made of power.
Is business slow today?
Wish you had more leads and more customers? Maybe your current marketing strategy just isn't getting the results it used to. You can now compare Australia's top marketing agencies with one quick and easy inquiry. Head over to marketingquotes.com.au and we'll help you compare marketing agency quotes absolutely free. Call 131 059. Marketingquotes.com.au, the simple way to find a marketing partner.
This is Ian Reid. When selling your home, choosing the right agent is one of the most important things. So if you're not selling properties regularly, how would you know who is the right one? We have a database of over 1,000 pages with a record of the best estate agents we've used, and using our service doesn't cost 1 extra cent. If you want to find out more, download my booklet, Fatal Real Estate Traps Exposed, at vendoradvocacy.com.au or call 9430 0000 and I'll send you one in the mail for free.
Ian Reid's Vendor Advocacy Australia. A better way to sell your home.
Go on, ring us.
Routine check, sir. Anything we should know about?
No, I'm clean.
So you won't mind if we take a look inside your engine?
Not at all.
Just what I suspected.
What? What's in there?
Dirt inside your engine.
What are you, the dirt police?
Do not mock my department, sir.
I swear I didn't even know anything about dirt in my engine.
Choose BP Ultimate. Unlike ordinary fuels that can cause dirt to build up in your engine, BP Ultimate busts dirt in just 2 tanks. Fill up on BP Ultimate. BP, go your way.
Based on a vehicle range of at least 650 kilometres per tank for petrol and at least 850 kilometres per tank for diesel.
With Macca's Gourmet Creations now in drive-thru, my youth's become my favourite restaurant.
Macca's new Gourmet Creations burgers now in drive-thru. The fast, easy way to gourmet. Available from 10:30am to 4am at participating restaurants.
Shut up! The footy's on the radio!
Triple M Footy special comments are brought to you by Cbus Super. Whether you're on the tools or in the office, Cbus is built to last.
For McDonald's Family McValue Box.
Triple M rocks footy.
This quarter is brought to you by Exetel NBN. The speed you need.
Well, it's been a big week for the Magpies. Well beaten last week. They've come out and they've responded like they would have expected to. 7-9-51 to the Cats 5-4-34. Triple MCG, lights on, waiting for both teams to come back out on the ground to start this second half. Paul Roos, Ash Chua, Mark Howard, Mickey Roberts, Wayne Swasson, this man, Wayne Carey. Dangerfield and Selwood, so much expected of them, Duck. There's a hard tag, a really hard tag. I think Levi Greenwood has got the points so far. What do? What's your instructions, not just to Selwood and Dangerfield, but to players around them?
Yeah, I think Roosie discussed it just a second ago, Swatter, and we've also discussed it during the call, that Selwood, for me, like you said, it's a really hard tag. You want support from your teammates, but it's important that you don't lose your focus on what you're trying to do or what you're trying to achieve. And you're right, you can have a 3 run around with a 1. So Selwood could go to another Collingwood player. If he wanted to, he could run to a Pendlebury. So have Pendlebury, Greenwood and Selwood all running around as a threesome. But on the other hand, Dangerfield went and tried to help Selwood out. So that's what you don't want. You don't want 2 players then with a tagger. That's the exact situation you don't want. I'd like to see Selwood just park himself inside the forward 50 and say, Joel, you sit there. We're going to give Duncan and others more of an opportunity through the middle of the ground and more time through the middle of the ground. We're going to give Menegola a bit more time through the middle of the ground. We're going to ask more of, even throw Cockatoo in there for 3 or 4 minutes in the middle of the ground. Motlop, we're going to say to you, go into a couple of centre bounces. Get some real time into those guys rather than rely on your skipper, who is so dour. And you know what, Joel Selwood on Greenwood in the forward 50, I'd bank on Selwood kicking 2 in the second half. So that's what I would try to do with
the other thing that plays into the favour of Joel Selwood with, Duck, around the stoppages where there's a lot of players, umpires don't always see the negating tactics of a tagger. If you go inside foot 50 and you're isolated, you can't get away with it.
That's what happens, Swatter. Yep. Free kick straight away. But you're right, there's a lot of holding, there's a lot of scragging, all that type of stuff, a lot of little blocks that you get, which you don't get while you're inside forward 50.
I
think
Swatter too, we've seen with Ross Lyon with Lockie Neal. Yep. Lockie Neal kicked 4 against the Demons. I think Mundy kicked 4 as well that day. Now, Mundy's a bit bigger than Selwood, but Selwood can catch it. Don't worry about that. He can catch it. So, look, it's a tactic that a lot of coaches are using now anyway. D's got up by 38 earlier today against the Bombers at Etihad.
They did indeed, Swatter.
And the other game?
Yeah, it's a blockbuster. It's Adelaide 1 straight 6, leading Richmond yet to score. Early stages into the first quarter, and we've got another shot at goal to the Tigers. So it's all squared, one goal straight apiece between Richmond and Adelaide.
It's a big game of footy over there. We go downstairs. This man, Robbo, Bob Jane T-Marts.
Oh, great to see Pendlebury firing, and I'm with Duck too. Wait for Selwood. He finishes games, as we know, best in the competition. Tom Stewart's the one, boys. He's heading towards the Pine. He got clipped just before half-time. Spent a lot of time down on the ground, struggled. They've given him a concussion test. He ran out with Selwood, so he's He was at the front of the pack when they entered the ground, so starting on the interchange, I'm just looking at him now, he should be okay, the number 44.
Well done, Robbo, for Bob Jane teammates. 17-point lead. Remembering, though, Geelong have been steamrolling everybody in the final term this year, Ash.
They have. They've won 4 out of 5 final quarters. And remember, we did that game a couple of weeks ago. They kicked 11 goals straight against the Hawkers.
So from a Pies perspective, Roosie, do you want to just win the quarter by a couple of goals to give you a bit more of a buffer?
Yeah, look, it's about taking advantage of your opportunities. There's no doubt about that.
What's interesting is Greenwood starting at half back, Selwood starting in the middle. So they don't trust Greenwood in the middle for the centre clearance. He'll just go straight to Selwood after the bounce.
McDonald's, Triple M rocks footy. Geelong 5-4-34, Collingwood 7-9-51. A 17-point lead to the Pies. The umpire just stretching, getting himself warmed up. Chew thought there was possibly 55,000 in the house. Duck thought it was closer to 51. Time in the forward half. Collingwood 55, Geelong 45. Guthrie stands next to Phillips. Treloar has got Selwood. Dangerfield with Pendlebury. What a matchup that is in the middle. Here we go to start the second half with the Pies leading the Cats by 17 points. McDonald's, Triple M Rock Sunday football. Grundy and Blitz halves straight away to Dangerfield. Arches the back, looping hand pass to Mitch Duncan. He swings round onto the right boot, goes inboard to Menengola, middle of the ground. Pumps one deep inside 50. Hawkins from behind, couldn't take the mark. Well done by Goldsack to Varco, who goes short to Adams, who immediately plays on.
Yeah, controlled it well. Wants to drag the man in, does that. Gives a handball off to Treloar. Love this game of Varco. Continues to run. Covers the ground well. Drops it towards the Faz over the top. Just out of sorts a bit, the Faz. Off the hands, out of bounds. Right half forward flank, northern side, City in. Pies attack that end. Lead by 17. Around the grounds for Nearmat. Aerial imagery.
Crows by 6 points over Richmond. Early stages, first quarter.
Grundy and Blitz arms, they stand a long way back. They're forced to run in a hurry now. Grundy hacks it out of mid-air. Not really that cleanly to Cockatoo. Kicked the first goal of the match. Goes round the corner. Lang does well. Assumes front position. Can't take the mark. Ball to be won. Just forward of the wing for the Pies. Now Pendlebury approaches 50. Lines up. It's bending. It's bending. It's got the legs. Touch right on the line. Lonergan. There's a big in-swinger from Pendlebury. It's through for one behind. Collingwood 52. Geelong 34. Triple M Exetel scoreboard. Exetel NBN. The speed you need.
What's he had?
16 disposals. Swatter 1 goal 1.
Openly said last week to our man Jay-Z that it's his worst game he's played in 10 years. And he's responded like a champion he is. Tui's had a lot of it. Showed Candy. Forward side, bottom man, Mason Cox. Looped a handball over the top to Duncan. Fired a quick one back inboard. Motlop out by hand. Murdoch releasing. Handball down the line. Henderson punches the ball down the line towards Harry Taylor. Good hands on Howie.
The big H just forward of the wing. Swings round onto that big, long left boot. Sends it deep. Hawkins goes really early, then gets to the back of the pack. He snaps Tommy from tight in the pocket, and he's kicked it out on the foot.
Just interesting watching Selwood then. He took Greenwood to just about the top of the goal square, so we'll keep an eye on that, whether he's actually playing forward. But Hawkins jumps, knee in the back, and lands without touching the football.
Free kick.
Yeah,
should have been.
Should have been.
Around the grounds, a goal to the Tigers, so 2 straight, 12 apiece against Adelaide.
It's been going for under 4 minutes.
Wow.
And 4 goals kicked in that game, Richmond v Adelaide or Adelaide v Richmond.
So look, yep, full house. Have a look at the crowd on that, on the Triple M Chemist Warehouse replay screen.
It's a shootout.
Yep, good mark by Taylor. Hits the ground running, reloads, but the marking man will take it easily, and that is Jeremy Howe. Last line of defence for Solo, works well into some space, takes the mark. He's got Mason Cox long, but it's slow for Mason.
The Faz Fires wants to go into the middle of the ground, no options there. Doesn't really want to go to Cox.
That is a complete lack of confidence where he should have gone then. He should have gone long to Cox. Cox had the space in front of him, and he's 7 foot 100 tall.
As I said, he didn't really want to go to him, Duck.
Well, that was a fast play coming. A beautiful kick from Jeremy Howe to Fasola. That's a fast play. You have to take those opportunities.
Lyndon Dunn in his first game for the Pies. They've got nothing now. Getting a bit frustrated, the midfielders. So he just sends it down the line now to Cox, who's got a couple on him. He's been forced under the footy, and I reckon Mitch Duncan's given away a free kick there.
And that's why you go to the big man, because if you put it in front of him, you know you can't hit the ball, so you've got to hit the man.
Goes by hand immediately to Adams, and he goes short.
You're not going to use him.
So
Get him off.
Hoskin Elliott, get the boy off, according to Duck. Hoskin Elliott, skillful. Kicked a really good goal to give the Pies their only win of the season, as Duck reminded us. He'll have to kick this from 50, tight on the boundary. So it'll take an absolute snorter from Hoskin Elliott. In the end, he just chips it right to the top of the square. Big fist away. And Phillips can't get a hand on it. It's punched through for one behind. It's that little chip kick that we've seen in the modern game to the top of the square.
It went out with Aber, I reckon.
Yeah, Duck doesn't like it.
Just about had enough of it.
Geelong 34, Collingwood 53.
And they've never made a comeback either. They've been offered plenty of money to do so.
So Mackie takes the mark. 40 out from his defensive goal. Comes towards Blitzarves with Hoskin Elliott. Selwood arrives late, juggles the mark.
Oh, he's a good player, this bloke.
He's a great player, Duck. Chips the ball over the top to Murdoch. Caddy continue. No, it's not. It's Caddy's gone. It's Duncan, and that's good delivery. Finds Lang. 48 out. Takes the mark and chip it over the top to Cockatoo. Barco won't get there in time. Good hands from the kid. Deep in the pocket.
Once again, it shows that importance, Roosie, when you have to go down the line to be able to take a contested mark on the wing or off half back or even half forward. The game just opens up for you if you can take that contested mark.
Kicked the opening goal, did Nakai, and that was on track until it hit the goalpost up high. 35-53, 5 played, third term, Triple M Exetel scoreboard.
I think on that, Duck, if Fasola had gone long to it's Mason Cox one-on-one, even if he drops it, you may get a quick ground ball and you go into your forward 50 way quicker.
Elliott flies from behind from the Dunn kick out. Greenwood, he's caught by Selwood. Umpire says no. He got rid of it. Play on. Back to Greenwood. Now Pendlebury puts his head over the footy. Selwood applies a really heavy tackle. Important ball to be won. Now Chalor puts his head down. It's stripped out of his hands as it's tight on the boundary line. In the end, Scotty Pendlebury goes across the boundary line with the footy. A little bit of niggle with Lonergan.
It's like Selwood was riding a bull there and Pendlebury was the bull. Just trying to hang on.
Greenwood and Cockatoo go at it again. Greenwood had enough of that. Goes back to Selwood. 35-53. Pies lead. 5, almost 6 gone. Third term. Adams trying to get boot to ball. Selwood into the back of Greenwood. Good tackle. Pendlebury on Cockatoo. Ball spills free. Goldsack. Stay with it, Howie. I'll stay with the play. Out the back door is Grundy. Got a handball along the ground. Trelaw finds a man forward. Wells through heavy traffic. Bad handball though. Straight into the waiting hands of Mackie.
Selwood is really pushing and shoving Greenwood in front of the umpire. He's wanting a bit of assistance, Selwood, but Greenwood's loving it. Harry Taylor, strong mark, centre half forward. Hawkins is deep with Dunn, one-on-one. Now he leads towards the pocket. Gee, it's a real wobbly kick, but it's effective because in the end it gets to Hawkins, who slaps it all the way out to Parfitt. He's 45 from home. Skillful operator. High ball! Parfitt with a very nice snag. Collingwood 7-11-53. Geelong 6-5-41. 2-goal lead to the Pies. Triple M Exetel scoreboard. Bob Jane T-Month, the tyre wheel specialist. Mickey R.
Travis Barco down into the rooms. Now he actually stepped down the stairs, the little dugout down here, and he was quite mobile. So I know he's got his shoulders strapped and whatever, so he's got a problem. He's gone down with the two doctors. Going to have a bit of a discussion, so fingers crossed for Barco.
Just want to go back to the Joel Selwood-Greenwood matchup. Greenwood at the stoppage, at the last stoppage boundary throw-in, he just tackled Selwood to the ground. That was an absolute obvious free kick and the umpire didn't pay it. So you can understand Selwood getting cranky about that. Wasn't it a clever tap by Hawkins? Just knew not to take possession, got it back to Parfitt, and then Parfitt did what you should do, and that is slot the goal.
The King with the Seabus Super Special comments. Underway again. Pack piles in for McDonald's Triple M Rocks footy.
And just to go to harp on it, that's why Selwood gets frustrated and ends up doing something he doesn't want to do, because he's not getting the protection, Swatter, that he actually deserves from the umpire.
Good call. Grundy with a follow-up tackle.
But if Greenwood continues to get away with it, Greenwood will continue to do it.
That's right, Howie. What comes first, the chicken or the egg?
Seabus Super Special comments by me there, I thought, Swatter.
Might want to just stick to what we all paid to do, Howie, when you got the King and the Zen Master in the back row.
Right. It was a stupid thing to say.
Elliott scrubs it inside 50. We like what you do, Howie, and we like what Jet Buse does too, because he stormed away. Later handball off to Tui, another handball off to Mackie, and a short ball is marked by Aaron Black.
Round the grounds, near map aerial imagery.
Shootout continues, 3 straight 18 apiece between Richmond and Adelaide.
In front of a lot of people at the Adelaide Oval. They just kicked it straight to Howe, though. The catch really playing into the man's strong point. He goes back to Grundy, marks in front of Selwood. And Greenwood's run off Selwood here. And he's going to take it and get the ball on the champ. He gives it to Smith. Scything right foot ball. Down towards Hoskinelli. It goes over his head. Zach Tui. Clever little tap towards Guthrie. He's now under pressure in the defensive 50. Geelong working hard. Mackie dishes out a sneaky little hand pass. Comes to Tui. Hand pass back to Dangerfield. Now the Cats have got a bit of time through Parfitt, trying to get around Smith. They go inboard, needs to be good. It's not because they've kicked it straight to Pendlebury.
Tried to do too much, releasing handball to Maynard. He can run, he can load up and go. Bang with the wide ball, through for a behind, 54-41. Pies lead, 9.5 gone. Third term on the Triple M Exetel score, but Exetel NBN, the speed you need.
McDonald's new family McValue box has your choice of 4 burgers, 4 small soft drinks and family size fries. 4 burgers. That's got a Barry Dennett written all over it, that. They're messing around with it here a little bit, and eventually it's just bombed high and out on the full by the Cats, and Howe will bring it back in. It was off the boot of Motlop.
Reload, half forward, out of sight, round the grounds.
Round the grounds, Richmond by 1 point over the Crows, approaching the halfway mark in the first quarter.
A handball, stationary target, Maynard from the pocket on the boundary. What a goal! Had very little room to work with and slotted it through with the precision of a surgeon. Pies get there first of the third term. 8-12-60, 6-5-41. Triple M Exetel scoreboard.
And this could potentially be the difference between Collingwood's first 5 weeks. You kick those goals from the boundary line. I know they're 8-12, so they're still being a bit accurate. But they keep you in the game. They keep you motivated. They keep you up and about, and also keeps Geelong thinking, well, this team's in it for the long haul. So really, really critical goal. They're the goals that they haven't been kicking, the critical ones. So it takes them back out to a 19-point lead, and the energy levels stay high for the Magpies.
And another really big centre clearance here. Mason Cox against Smith in the middle of the ground. What other centre clearances, Two-Man?
Yeah, 10-3, Collingwood's way.
Bob Jane teammates, Robbo.
Dr. Chris Bradshaw back out of the Collingwood rooms. We know Travis Barco down in there. We're getting whispers how it could be a slight hamstring strain.
Inside 50, piercing ball. Moore did everything but take the mark. He had a gap on his opponent. It was a great ball from Adams. They'll rue that one, the Pies. Meanwhile, the Cats will quickly move the ball to the wing in the hands of Smith. In fact, it's Black. He goes high. Gee, that's a nothing kick. Puts all sorts of players under pressure. But it falls to Cockatoo inside 50. Check side, Motlop style. Goal. No, behind.
Joel Selwood, absolutely brilliant. Had to make a contest. 2 Collingwood players. Really poor kick, actually. But Selwood made the contest, and Cockatoo got the free ball. Once again, Cockatoo and Motlop, 2 incredibly talented footballers. Neither have a left foot.
Yep, thought he had time to straighten up, and he goes Wells on the charge. They lead by 18. Drifting out the back door as the Faz takes the mark, looks towards the unguarded goal square. Alex Fasolo summed it up and nailed a beauty. Back-to-back goals to the Pies. You sense they believe now. They're out to a 24-point margin, 9-12, 6-6, Triple M Exetel scoreboard.
I reckon that's a great point, Swatter, because that's the old 2-goal swing. Cockatoo had plenty of time there to straighten up, kick the old drop punt, going into goals, and that's what's the dad used to say to me, you're lair rising, son, you're lair rising. Yeah. You know, that's what it is. Beverly Hills under 13s, I'd kick probably 6, going from a 7. Boundary line. No, son, not today.
You're lair rising.
Little bit of mud at Zerby's Oval, but you're lair rising. And that's exactly what. It's a beautiful day at the MCG. You go in, and maybe even have a bounce. You kick one from 25 metres out. Bang, ball goes down the other end of the ground, and it's a 2-goal swing.
Around the grounds, it's the Tigers by 7 points over Adelaide, halfway into the first. Bosch Tool stats, Pies 86% by foot this quarter.
Smith inside 50, but Goldsack has that. He's caught in a tight tackle though now, so there's pressure on. Cockatoo manages to keep it in front of himself, blazes towards goal again. This time he's made no mistake. Great work by Cockatoo. Starting to really turn into a player, this man. Collingwood, 9-12-66. Geelong, 7-6-48. 18 points. Triple M Exetel scoreboard. Pies to the good.
He must have a wire down there, Roosie, because that's the one that he probably would go the outside of his boot again, but he kicked the drop punt, kicked the goal.
Yep.
That's why he and Motlop, they're so important, because they can run at a speed when the ball's below their knees, quicker than anyone else. So he can bend over, still going, nearly at top pace, and that's exactly what he was able to do there. As we have a look at the Chemist Warehouse replay screen and look at the goal that he went for as the check side, and then that one where he went as the drop punt. Complete contrast.
And I reckon well done to the kid, Duck. And that's when the dad buys you a snake after the game and says, well done, son. You listen to me.
Good mark by Hoskin Elliott, the Zen master. Really starting to warm to the role. I think Duck's influence is going back the other way, Howie.
Well,
Bruzy just starting to fluff the feathers out the back and just let the chest rip. Nice work by Greenwood. Chips the ball to Treloar. It's a really good game of footy. On the charge, Greenwood again. Handball over to Phillips.
Phillips, ball inside 50, down towards Grundy. Well done by Stewart. Runs back with a flight and punches it across the boundary line. Bob Jane teammates, Mickey Roberts.
A couple of problems, Collingwood. Doctors are back out, but no Varco. The whisper is a hamstring, and Jed Bew's ankle problem has had that restrapped, Howie.
Lots of ifs and buts in this statement, but if Geelong lose and Richmond win, Richmond would be sitting on top of the AFL ladder.
Spot on.
Crikey, would that be a story? Mackie needs to get rid of it. Caught in a good tackle by Wells. Umpire says play on. Elliott for Solo. Side bottom from 30. Quick snap right across the face. Right to the teeth of goal. And in fact, it goes out of full on... It does go out on the full. Geelong a 7-6-48, Collingwood a 9-12-66, 15 into the third term. Triple M Extel scoreboard.
And a big loss if Varco can't come back on. He's been absolutely outstanding off a half-back, mind you, man. So his stats have been really, really promising.
Pies do well again, force the turnover. Treloar's inside 50, gives a handball off to Broomhead, lays one off the Wells. What can the former Kangaroo do? Nothing, because the pressure from Dangerfield outstanding. Cockatoo, what are the 1-2 from Motlop? May get it, slight hesitation, got around his man Broomhead, drops it long, foot race, Shade, Harry Taylor.
Shade with the legs, Goldsack provides support, little crisp hand pass to Pendlebury. Running through the middle of the ground now, Maynard. Got a long left boot on him, goes that way now to Elliott. He's got space, Wells is deep if he can get it to him. Tries to hook it that way now, Wells, Fazolo. Fazolo punched out of his hands. They probably should have gone the Wells option. Now Dangerfield shrugs off a tackle. Just cuts under pressure, Elliott picks it up, goes one way, the other, snap on goal. Broomhead snags it. The Pies, big lead now. Geelong 7-6-48, Collingwood 10-12-72. 4-goal margin, Triple M Exetel scoreboard. Well done by the Collingwood forwards to keep it in there.
Yeah, great pressure with the Collingwood forwards. We've sung Harry Taylor's praise a bit about just his ability to get one-on-one contests for Hawkins, but I reckon that's the downside of having up there Duck. He just couldn't get back inside forward 50 with his lack of speed. And I think it was Shade that got the exit, gave it to Pendlebury, and then Wooshka went back up the other end of the ground. And great pressure from the Collingwood forwards.
In the end, it was the indecisiveness of Motlop. He, off half-back, didn't really know what to do and then kicked it to a space that didn't really go to Harry's advantage, went to Shade's advantage. You're right, Roosie, and it all started from there.
24-point lead to the Pies for McDonald's. Triple M rocks footy. Ball goes towards Lang. Maynard, desperate, wasn't prepared to give it up. He was tackled without possession and gives Lang a gobful. I loved your comment in the preview, Roosie. You control momentum in a game off the back of the pressure you apply the opposition.
Yep.
That's exactly where Collingwood find themselves now. Pendlebury, weaved to have a handball through to Hoskin Elliott. Nice kick, Sinclair. Got the sack. No, it's Shady. He's getting involved now. Drops it long. Kick is good. Got more.
Moore with a bit of space, looking for Fazolo inside 50. Long ball, Cox arrives, battling with Henderson. Smith, double-handed fist towards the boundary line. Elliott sniffs something, but it's gone across that boundary line in the hands of Bewes. Geelong 48, Collingwood 72. With 9 minutes and 21 seconds on the clock in the third term on the Triple M Extel scoreboard. Near-map aerial imagery around the grounds.
Tigers by 1 point over the Crows, 22 into the first quarter.
Throw in, Pies pressing, lead by 4. Haaland Smith hurriedly runs into the waiting arms of Parfitt, but it's called play on Mackie off a step. It's a high, hurried kick. Howe will come late with a big leaping fist over the top. Cleaned his teammate up. Shady it may be. Pies managed to keep it in, but that's no good because Parfitt's got it. Weaves his way through heavy traffic. They've got the overlap and run.
No one really forward though, so Black's going to have to think his way through this. Man arrives in the middle of the ground. Is the speedster Murdoch. If he can get the bounce, it bounces high. He tries to duck the tackle. Really good tackle. Chance though for Guthrie. Now Lang runs into an open goal. Catch reply. Lang gets his first. Collingwood 10-12-72, Geelong 8-6-54, free goal margin, Triple M Exetel scoreboard, Bob Jane, T-March, Robbo.
Trav Varco back out of the rooms for the Pies, and Chris Bradshaw, the doctor, assessing as both doctors are down here, running through, so they're looking at a hamstring strain, slight one, but he's up and about, he's a chance.
Well, Murdoch pushed really, really, really hard then to make sure that he was that option inside 50, but he nearly stuffed it. He had no awareness what around him. All that he had to do there was just tap it forward, and it was just a real easy goal. But I think he thought, well, I've worked this hard, I just need to break this tackle, Roosy.
I'll tell you what,
and this goal will be mine, rather than think team first.
He was relying on the generosity of the umpire to say,
Yes.
well, we'll give you plenty of time to break the tackle.
He ducked too, didn't he? He's lucky he wasn't holding the footy.
Seabus Super Special comments, Paul Roos, Wayne Carey, Pendlebury, Skipper having a big game. Slight hesitation, sold Candy to two Cats, got a short ball, Adams punches the ball inside 50, good contest by Darcy Moore, Cox will go at the ball, keeps it alive, handball, Chris, he's got a man free, Trelaw, the quick reply, bouncing, no it's not, marked by Lonergan. Robbo, I reckon Varco's going to roll the dice.
Yeah, half rat power, just going through the motions with the footy and a little couple of run-throughs, but I reckon I'll give him a chance, Swatter.
Geelong trail by 3 goals, but this is the game right now. It's gone up a notch or 3. Parfitt inboard. Menengola. They're looping by hand pass back to Parfitt. Evades the tackle, does really well. Can he spot someone inside 50? That man's Hawkins. He's pushed out by Lyndon Dunn. Well done, Lyndon. On debut for the Pies. He splits immediately to Crisp. Now towards the members' back pocket.
It was a poor lead by Hawkins and a poor kick coming into him.
What didn't you like about the lead, Duck?
Oh, well, it was a nothing lead, really. He didn't really try to get separation. It was a lazy lead. And then in the end, it confused the kicker, and the kicker kicked it to the advantage of Dunn. So it's a good example if you either lead flat out towards the kicker, or he should have gone back to the space and said to the kicker, kick it long to me.
Throw in left half forward flank for the Cats. Northern side, Putt Road end. Good game of footy. 18-point lead to the Pies. They've been brave, but the Cats' final terms have been better than any team in the comp. Motlop tries to get a handball towards Black. He'll go at it hard. Black goes to ground and the Pies pile in on top over him. We'll have it thrown up. Let's head around the grounds, Chu.
It's the Tigers by 7 points over Adelaide, 25 into the first quarter. Rioli having a set shot, Duck.
Yes, Rioli's having a set shot for goal. Already kicked the one.
Yeah, kicked the last goal. Took an absolute hanger in the square, Duck. Talk us through it, Chu, while you have a moment.
So Rioli is about 40 metres out on a slide angle. So he's starting his approach towards the big sticks. Drop punts on its way. It's moving right to left, and he's put it through for a major. So Tigers out to a 13-point lead over Adelaide.
We'll be going to that game directly after this one. Inside 50 ball from Motlop. Howe can't take the mark. Dangerous ball now. Pies defenders need to stand up. It goes to Blitzarves. The boogie board. It goes inboard to Black. Hooks it round the corner. Touched on the line, I reckon. It was. Well done by Hoskin Elliott. 3 for 1 behind. Geelong at 55. Collingwood at 72, Roosie.
Sorry, Howard. He's done some terrific stuff defensively. We'll go unnoticed, but I tell you who will notice it. The Collingwood coaching staff will notice. Hoskin Elliott, Schwatter.
Yep. Well picked up. Pies through Lyndon Dunn. Will go towards Mason Cox. He just got to stand there and take the ball, but he dropped the pill. Adams has got to go back, apply pressure on Blitzarves. Did that well fairly, but aggressively. It's a pressure game of footy right now. We'll have it thrown up left half forward flank. 72-55. Pies lead. 22 and a half gone third term. Triple M Exetel scoreboard.
Bob Jane, T-Marts, Varco, Robbo.
No, I don't know, Howie. This is one of the toughest jobs for a doctor and a physio. They've got to make the decision to put him on. If he does it and does a bad injury, it's on them.
So there's concerns about a hamstring, is it, Robbo?
There is concerns about a hamstring, but he's been tested big time.
All right, Parfitt. Inside 50 ball by hand to Cockatoo. He is stripped to the footy. Really good tackle.
Pendlebury.
By Pendlebury.
His defensive work also, the skipper today, has been outstanding.
Fantastic game.
Yeah, he's had 7 tackles, Roosie, which is the equal most on the ground.
Well, that just sets the tone, doesn't it? And the skipper's prepared to get plenty of the ball, but defensively put a tackle on like that, and 7 of them. Sets a great example.
He's got the new wheels today too, the orangey yellow number.
And I reckon he'll roll with them next week too if they get up. They've worked it to the outer half-back flank. Phillips has got it. Moore's short over the top. Got to go there, but he goes long. Good decision. Broomhead. Murdoch's got some speed and some defensive skill about him. Side bottom sockets it off the ground. A dangerous chaos ball. Stewart's there. Fasolo's got him, but he got a handle away. Motlop hits a gats. Darts the ball to the bouncing wing.
Really done well. Really well by Stewart. Now Zach Tui, looping hand pass from Motlop, having some game. Harry Taylor tries to poke a little left foot ball down towards his forwards, doesn't get that far. Hoskin Elliott starting to really exert an influence on the game. Back to Smith. Back in the side this week, he goes all the way back to Jeremy Howe.
Harry Taylor's gone back for the Cats.
I reckon what's happened, Duck, because I've been trying to watch Geelong's forward line. They've only got about 3 or 4 forwards. I think Harry Taylor's gone back as a 7th defender.
Grundy's got it, has a bounce. Now puts a high ball up. Cox will push back. For Solo at the back of the pack. Was he held? Yes, by Henderson. Gets a kick, a free kick, the Faz.
Professional free, I reckon, that one from Henderson.
Kicked a great goal in this third term. He's on the northern half forward flank. City end. And the Pies lead at the moment by 17. 4-11 from set shots in 2006-17, the Faz. This one will get him up and about. He can celebrate when he's on song. It's on its way. It's working. Alex Fasolo, take a bow. I thought he was going to pull the pistols out. Put it back in the holster. Got 2. And the Pies have a game. No, it's not. 23-point lead,
The game high, Swatter was 24, so not far off.
So full scoreboard reads. Working our way towards three-quarter time. Collingwood 11-12-78. To Geelong 8-7-55. Triple M Exetel scoreboard.
Yeah, he can be a celebrator, and I don't mind showing that enthusiasm. I thought he held back quite well there. That's a beautiful shot at goal, but you're right, he's kicked now 5 goals, 11 from set shots. Important now that he goes back and makes sure that he finishes this game off. Still 4 minutes to go in this third term, and we've got a big last quarter. Make the big celebrations for when you know that the game may be in the bag, Howie.
Why don't you let him get excited now, Doug?
Because he's kicked 4-11 for the year.
Okay.
And if he'd maybe kicked straight in the last 5 games, they might have won a couple more.
We want him out, Harry.
We do.
Front road operators need that sort of stuff.
We're here to be entertained. Old Captain Series in the back row. Oh, negative Nelly back there. Ball inside 50 by the Cats. Hawkins got 2 hands to it. Disappointed he didn't take it. Now Maynard. Little slicing ball on the left is good. Finds Broomhead out of side.
Now, this is a problem because they do have Harry Taylor back as a 7th. Now, the last 4 or 5 entries that have gone in Geelong, they've got no chance to score at the moment because they're outnumbered 1 and 2 going into their forward 50.
Bruzy delivering the good stuff. Seabus super special comments. Pendlebury.
22 disposals.
Round the grounds.
Round the grounds. Tigers by 8 points over Adelaide.
Earlier today,
Melbourne by 38 over the Bombers.
Side bottom lifting off the back of his inspirational skipper. He's got it on the southern wing. 78-55. Called to play on. No one comes at him. Eventually Motlop trots towards him. Side bottom caresses the ball down the line. Darcy Moore takes it at half forward.
Had a pretty good game. He's kicked 2 goals. Short ball inside 50 to Elliott. Jamie flies high, takes a good mark. He'd have to kick it from 50. But immediately Smith and Pendlebury are saying, Jamie, you can kick this. Line it up. Bob Jane T-Marts, Mickey Roberts.
Travis Varco still on the pine. The doctors shaking their heads. He wants to go on. They're holding him back. Hamstring problem. It's a real guessing game. See if he goes on in the last quarter.
Elliott to bring the house down at the MCG. It's 23 points. This will be a big lead. It's a high ball right up in the sky. Right to the teeth of goals. Catch players claim they touched it. Umpire says, I need to check upstairs, does he?
Nope.
No. He's dropped the flags, but it's a goal. Big goal by Elliott. Collingwood 12-12-84. Geelong 8-7-55. 29 points. Triple M Exetel scoreboard.
The first thing I'd be doing, Duck, if I was Scotty, is putting Harry Taylor back in the forward line because it absolutely is not working. He got dragged out there outside the forward 50. They're just kicking the ball over the top of him, and every entry two-man that's gone in the last 4 minutes has come straight back out again.
And that's why their marks inside 50 are well down. Only 7 today. They usually average 14 in a game.
Geez, it was well done by a young Darcy Moore too. Got the kick, Bruzy, but then turned straight away. Didn't go back. Didn't, say, oh, look at me, look at me. Got back quickly, made the decision and got it into Elliott.
Game high, 29-point lead to the Pies. For McDonald's, Triple M Rocks footy, 2.5 to go. Third term, Pendlebury and everything. Good tackle on him by Selwood. They'll have it thrown up again, round the grounds.
We've got the Tigers leading the Crows by 8 points, nearing quarter time.
massive players inside the centre square. Just over 2 minutes to go. Pies have been so good, but a quarter to go, and that's a Cats' best. They get it free. Adams, the handball from Wells. Kick inside 50 needs to be good, and there's Harry Taylor. He's made a career out of that, filled the hole and took the mark in front of Mason Cox.
Well, that's what they want him there for, Roosie, but that's the first time it's actually worked for them.
I don't mind in the last minute and a half of a game, but I reckon they put him back too, man. I don't know. It's about 7 minutes to go when they put Harry Taylor back.
29-point lead. Is that game high?
Game high, Swatter and Howie.
Thank you. Pushed across the boundary line. Good tackle by Grundy. Umpire didn't agree.
Unlucky there.
Too high it was, apparently, Duck on Murdoch.
I thought Murdoch ducked into that. That's the one that the umpire's been instructed not to pay.
Murdoch belts it down the line. Big fly from Cockatoo. He's had a good game. Dangerfield. He's beaten by Smith. Now gives it back to Greenwood, who's done a magnificent job on the Cats skipper Selwood. He's been tagging him all day. Real hard, old style. Howe into the middle of the ground. It's going to go to Guthrie, though, and he'll try and send it straight back from whence it came.
Keen to move it on. He's got a man at half forward. Guess who? Harry Taylor can give a handball off to the former Blue. The dasher, the runner, and the bomber. Zach Tui with a long bomb. Probing kick out of bounds on the full. And the pressure valve just releases. A minute 10 to go. 55-84. Pies lead around the grounds.
It's quarter time, Swatter. We've got Richmond leading the Crows by 9 points.
That was the more difficult kick there for Tui. How he got it back that far is quite beyond me, because Howe was going for the smother, so you thought he had to put it out to his right. Somehow he got it way back left to be out on the full.
Dunn sends a long ball. Cox takes a big contested mark. Big Coxie Duck.
Well, that's better. He's dropped the last couple that he should have taken, but that's what he's there for. Tallest man on the ground, got to be able to do that.
Dunn drives a long ball on the right foot down towards Moore, but that's Harry Taylor. That's just bread and butter. That's Duck. And Schwatter said he's done it for a long time. Goes inboard to the hyphen, Hall and Smith.
40 seconds to go, third term. Pies have earned this lead. Currently 29. 35 seconds. Short ball from Buse, out wide. Motlop feigns the handball. Dangerfield's numbers in the second and third terms, please.
Yeah, this term he's only had 4 possessions, Swatter. He's had 16 for the game.
Selwood. Poor kick, turn around, Billy Elliott. He was watching Stuart Roosie. What was he bloody doing? Pendlebury was watching, so was Sidebottom. The kick from Pendlebury, outstanding. Sidebottom takes the mark. Billy Elliott, the ball was right beside him and he didn't see anything. 12 seconds to go.
It was unusual, wasn't it? That's just another example. It doesn't matter where you are on the ground. It doesn't matter where you're told to stand, how you're setting up, whether you're running back inside 50, Swatter.
Yep.
Does not matter. Your eyes should never, ever, ever leave the football. You just keep your eyes on the footy because of situations like that.
Will go nuts at the city end, because that's the end of the Pies cheer squad. Lead by 29. Can Sidebottom deliver after three-quarter time? You betcha! It's going to be a big ask now for the Cats. They trail by 35 points at three-quarter time. The Magpies were down and out during the week. Some people suggesting the coach has got to go, but the coach and the players are making a statement. 35-point lead to the Magpies at three-quarter time. For McDonald's, Triple M, Rocks Footy.
This quarter was brought to you by Exetel NBN. The speed you need for McDonald's Family McValue Box.
Triple M Rocks Footy.
G'day, it's James Brayshaw and Bill Brownless from the Rush Hour. Right now, Triple M is rocking footy. Absolutely loves it.
And the Rush Hour will rock the footy all week. We speak to Wayne Carey, we speak to Jason Dunstall,
We speak to St. Jack Steele and Demons young gun Jaden Hunt.
and AFL star and Triple M's own Daisy Pearce.
And of course, tomorrow we cover all the footy news from the round with the best in the business, Damien Barrett.
The Rush Hour, back tomorrow from 4. Triple M.
So you're saying it's a water feature? Yep. It's not just a massive leak from your newly completed roof that's now forming a pool at the bottom of the wall and, as we speak, is slowly eroding your foundations? No. Water feature. Right. Can I ask you a question? Not if it's the one I think it's going to be. Right.
Save yourself the heartache by asking your builder the question before someone asks you. Is your builder a master builder?
First home buyers, you don't need to put the great Australian dream of owning your own home on hold until July 1st. Porter Davis will pay the stamp duty on all house and land packages for you.
And if you've already bought land, Porter Davis will refund your stamp duty. So why wait? There's never been a better time to be a first home buyer. Applies to land contracts up to $350,000 including GST. Offer expires June 30, 2017. Exclusions and limitations apply. For terms and conditions, see porterdavis.com.au.
Small business owes the taxman.
In my business, paperwork definitely isn't my strong point. I'm great at my trade, but the accounts are always behind, and the bloody taxman is onto me.
No way to hide tax debt.
I haven't got time for all that stuff. I'm flat out.
Call your business angels now on 9898 2559.
Then an angel appeared and stopped the taxman right in his tracks. Got my books up to scratch too.
Your business angels. Real business help when there's no time to waste.
Right now, every AFL club around the country is preparing to chase their chance to make history come September. Make your own finals history with Wolf Blass as you and a friend win one of 3 trips across the country to all 9 matches of the 2017 AFL Final Series, including the AFL Grand Final. To win, buy any participating bottle of Wolf Blass and visit wolfblass.com. Here's to the chase. Wolf Blass. Keep your receipt. GFAFL 17/04.
Hey there. Need a lift?
Oh, thanks, mate. Ran out of petrol.
Oh, that's annoying. Luckily, your broadband data doesn't have to run out.
Eh?
Switch to iiNet and from just $69.99 a month, you'll receive limitless broadband data on a no-lock-in contract.
Am I in an iiNet ad?
From iiNet, the #1 in customer service.
Do I get paid for this?
You're getting a free lift, pal. Minimum charge including setup is $169.94. Call 131917 to check availability in your area.
AGA is looking for apprentice carpenters to commence work on domestic and commercial sites as soon as possible. If you want to get ahead on site, then get AGA on your side. AGA provides quality training and job security for your apprenticeship. They ensure you're paid what you're worth, you're paid on time every week, and they contribute to all your entitlements. If you want to build a better future for yourself, then register with AGA today. Call 1300 AGA 000 or head to aga.com.au.
Shut up! The footy's on the radio!
Triple M Footy special comments are brought to you by Cbus Super. Whether you're on the tools or in the office, Cbus is built to last.
For McDonald's Family McValue Box.
Triple M rocks footy.
This quarter is brought to you by Beaumont Tiles. Tilers, get 5 bags of ABA Power Stick and get 1 free. Exclusive to Beaumont's Trade Club.
Nathan Buckley said during the week this was a David versus Goliath job. Well, at the moment, David is belting Goliath around the ears. Collingwood 13-12-90, leading the Cats 8-7-55 by 35 points. Bob Jane, T-Marts, Mickey Roberts.
Howie, Geelong have just broken up. Collingwood still in their huddle, side by side with their arms around each other. I'm really concentrating on Travis Barco, whether he comes to the bench or not. It looks as though he is. So they're not prepared to pull the trigger on a suspected hamstring. He really was in some sort of distress. He went down into the rooms. He came back out. They've been giving him fitness tests for about the last 15 minutes. So whether they actually decide to say, Travis, go on with that hamstring's another thing. They started to kick goals. They sat him down on the pine. Let's see if he gets out in this last quarter.
Interesting, from the 18-minute mark to the 22-minute mark of that quarter, Geelong had 4 of the 5 entries kick 1 goal, 1, and then they put Harry Taylor behind the goals, and then Collingwood kicked 3 goals in a row. I just thought it was a really, really bad decision. I love it at the end of a quarter to try and stop them from kicking a goal. Clearly Geelong know they're a really good last quarter team, but the floodgates absolutely opened up when Harry went behind the ball because the entries inside forward 50 were continually going to an outnumber.
Dangerfield has started at full forward for the Cats in this last quarter. They've outscored their opposition by a total of 151 points in the last quarters, the Cats.
She'd be a big win if the Pies are good enough. They lead by 35. Cats get it going forward for McDonald's. Triple M rocks footy. Parfitt pumps it inside 50. Good spoil by Dunn. Clears the danger zone momentarily. Motlop dances onto it. Maynard comes after him. Squeezes a handball back. Keep it alive, Guthrie. Shove the handball back. Menengola gets involved. Still inside 50. Good pressure from the Pies. They're away. And away well.
Bursting through the middle of the ground. Collingwood to a 1-on-1. Well done, though, by Lonigan. Oh, he's caught in a tackle, though, now by Moore. Just took a lot of time when he didn't really have time. Fazolo.
I think he thought it was a mark, Howie,
Yeah, right. Well, the ball in the end comes clear through a little underground ball through Duncan. In the middle we go. Guthrie, his hand pass is caught by Goldsack.
Yeah, did well to get boot to ball. Men off the side of it. Wells through heavy traffic. evades them all, rockets a handball back, goes to Greenwood, scrubs it to half forward. The kick is good to Treloar.
Now that whole passage of play, Swatter, started with tackling, started with pressure. Wasn't super footy by Collingwood. Defensively, they put about 3 or 4 tackles on, went out there. Lonergan did think he marked it, but he got mauled by some Collingwood players tackling, and all of a sudden you got Treloar having a shot at goal.
Seabus, super special comments. Paul Roos, Wayne Carey.
It was unlucky. I thought Lonergan did mark it, and so did everyone else.
It'll be a clutch goal to start the final term. Inside the first 90 seconds, punt road end. Treloar gets close to the man on the mark. In search of distance, goes wide, falls short. Elliott's there. Can he keep it in? Just will have it thrown up. We go downstairs. Bob Jane T-Marts, Mickey Rubbets.
Look, I know he's denying it. He's played a cracking game, Pendlebury. He's on the pine starting this last term. I reckon he's got pain down in that left ankle still. He grabbed it a little bit. He's looking at it now. So, yeah, he's playing with pain.
Pies looking for the knockout blow, tight on the boundary line. Adams caught in a tackle by Selwood. Menengola to Parfitt, tight on the boundary line. Back to Menengola. Just tries to clear it out of the defensive zone. There's a free kick, and it's going the way of the Cats. It looks like it's Dangerfield. Our man Jay-Z Clark reporting that Dale Thomas had 30 possessions in the VFL and will be pushing for a recall next Sunday versus his old side Collingwood. So good news. Well done, Daisy.
Duncan's got it. Southern wing. Keen to move it on. Drops it long. Down the line.
Free kick.
Free kick. What'd you see, Duncan? The Triple M Chemist Warehouse replay screen.
Tom Hawkins jumped in January. And Dunn gets the free kick.
Yeah, I've liked his game, Lyndon Dunn.
He played on Jack Hawkins 2 years ago when Melbourne beat Geelong down at Geelong and picked up the coaches' votes that day.
There you go.
There you go. We've got the intel from the man that coached him that day. Paul Roos, Wayne Carey, Seabar, super special comments. Taylor Adams been good too, Ash.
24 touches.
Round the ground, Ash.
We've got the Tigers by 2 points over Adelaide.
Adams will punch the ball beautifully to Wells, who's starting to get involved now. Daniel Wells brings it back inboard to Smith on the run.
Smith's got a bit of run. A little chipping ball. More to space than anything else. Running onto it is Greenwood. Gets a tackle over the top. Side bottom, Treloar right to the teeth of goal. Moore can't take the mark. Gee, really good tackle applied by the Cats defenders because Elliott was trying to burst his way through. In the end, the ball goes across the boundary line and will be tossed back in. 30 round from the Pies goals.
Bit of a blue there by Treloar. Look, credit to him, running really hard, but he ran across side bottom. Side bottom was on the right foot. Great finisher and would have probably kicked the goal. Side bottom handballed at Treloar and he just kicked the left foot snap round the corner.
Throw in. Grundy stripped Smith of it. Got it on the boot. Cox tries to control it. Coming through Murdoch. He runs into a good tackle. Nice handball, Menengola. Mackey with the hurry ball. There's 3 Pies. Chris, Smith, Taylor Adams, and there's 1 Cat. Pies bang the hammy like he's been shot in the back of the right hammy.
That's Parfitt.
Terrible news for Parfitt.
Goes down really hard. The classic hamstring where he just grabbed the back of the leg at full tilt. Easy North to trouble. Bad news there for the Cats. Side bottom. Spears one inside 50. Through the hands of Fasolo. Opportunity still though. One way. Then the other. Broomhead pushed off the footy as he went to kick. Comes to Elliott. They've got opportunities galore. Treloar. Fasolo. Right to the top of the square, but didn't have enough juice on it, and it falls into the hands of Zach Tui. Bob Jane teammates, Mickey Roberts, Parfitt went down hard.
Out on the outer wing, southern side, they've just got him up. He cannot walk. He's got to be supported by 2 physios and the doctor to get him off the ground. He's in a bad way.
Yeah, they're 1 down, and now the Cats stump it towards where Parfitt's being escorted off the ground. Adams gets around Tommy Hawkins, gives a handball off. Pies are sensing a special wind today. Parfitt goes to ground, he's on his all fours, the kid on the southern wing. Treloar's got it, wants an option, gets around Zach Smith and goes from 50. Treloar kicks! A goal! Pies have it out to a 41-point margin at the moment. 15 and a half gone. No, 15 and a half to go of the final term. And it's 14-12-96 to 8-7-55. And the Cats cannot get Parfitt off quick enough.
That's a bad hemi if you can't walk off, Roosie.
Do you know what, Ducto? And this is a bad blue from the medical staff of Geelong. Bring the stretcher on. Bring the stretcher on the ground. In today's game, he's not going to play again today. So you can't play with 1 extra.
The stretcher was on 10 metres onto the field. They've taken it off now. I thought once it went on, you had to take it out
that's
and get
exactly
on.
Right.
Well, they were on the ground.
Okay. Well, the umpire's got it. That happened in yesterday's game with the Swans v. the Medivac Van was actually came on the ground and the umpires let it go.
The ball was inside 50 and you're right, the van was already on there.
Yeah. Well, let's concentrate on Collingwood, though. I was a little bit critical of Treloar, not for his running, but I'm going to give him a massive tick because he has absolutely busted his boiler in this last quarter, the first 5 or 6 minutes. His running has been absolutely elite, and he got some reward there with a beautiful goal, which people have been critical of his kicking, but that's a really critical goal that he's kicked from around 50 metres.
Parfitt replaced by Nakia Cockatoo for McDonald's Triple M Rocks footy. 41-point lead to the Collingwood Football Club. Geelong send it forward. Dangerfield started this quarter at full forward. Adams now to Crisp. They've got all the run here. The Pies, they are scything through Geelong at the moment. Treloar, elite runner, as Ruzi said, sends it inside 50 for Zolo. Battling away with Stewart. Henderson arrives late, keeps his head over the footy. Hopeful hand pass. Stewart mops up to Murdoch. He's not clean. Forced to Fazolo. He'd love this. It's a high ball. It's not bending enough. He's got a couple of the Faz. That won't add to those. Geelong are 55. Collingwood 14, 13, 97. Out to 42 points on the Triple M Beaumont Tiles scoreboard. Beaumont, your one-stop shop for tiles and bathroom wear.
Tui to himself and drops it long. Hawkins hasn't been the best day for Tommy. Motlop mops up. Cockatoo with the handball back to Motlop. It's hard work for Geelong though. Murdoch releasing handball. Henderson spots Tui, just exits the square, takes the mark in front of Maynard.
A lot of talk between and the story of Greenwood playing on Dangerfield. He's been with him all day. Is he still there? And what's the stats?
Selwood days. He's only had 13 touches. He's averaging 32 this year.
Sorry, Duck. Selwood, you're right. So he's done a great job, Greenwood. Ball now coming to the wing. Chris can't pick it up. Harry Taylor can. Stewart tries to scissor one inside 50. It's a good ball. And it falls in the arms of Malibu Mitch Duncan, who'll go back and have a shot from about 40 on not much of an angle. Bob Jane T-Marts, Mickey Roberts.
Yeah, Parford, ice on the right hamstring, in a lot of pain, the youngster. I'm looking at Varco too. Now the Collingwood are 7 goals up. They may not risk Varco with that hamstring.
Bob Jane T-Marts, best.
Well, we always talk about Selwood and Dangerfield, how good they are in the last quarters. Treloar, 5 disposals, 2 tackles and a goal in this last quarter. He's been enormous.
Duncan from 48. I mean, you don't get much from Cats fans. That's how far down they are in this game. Mitch gets his first. Collingwood 14-13, 97. Geelong 9-7, 61. Back to 36 points, 8.5 gone. Final term on the Triple M Beaumont Tiles scoreboard. Near map aerial imagery around the grounds.
It's the Crows by 6 points over Richmond, approaching the halfway mark into the second quarter.
36-point margin to the Pies.
Yeah, it's a worrying goal for Bucks. You'd love to be sitting up there now without that goal on the board. You still think that Collingwood are going to win the game, but just a little glimmer of hope for the Cats.
13 and a half minutes to go. Spoken by a nervous coach in the back row. Seabus super special comments, Ruzi.
I can guarantee he's nervous there, boys. I'm nervous for him, and I'm not even in the box with him.
Off the square, handballed it to Selwood. They've gotten in free. Ruzi's onto something maybe. Wells gets a tackle away, but Selwood gets the boot on the ball, goes inside 50, bouncing ball, last line of defence. Shady, is he clean? He was, but he's tackled. Oh no! He knew what he was talking about, Ruzi. He's up in the back, pointing at himself. I bloody know this, Coach. I've been in this position before.
I know what it's like.
And Shady was well tackled. And the Cats, the best fourth quarter team in the land. For 2 inside the last 45 seconds. Dangerfield, we're back to 5 goals. Pies a little bit nervous on the Triple M Beaumont Tiles scoreboard.
Yeah, look, it starts in the middle again. The centre clearances, Two-Man, have been one-sided for most of the day, but that's a great clearance. They get it, hack it forward, and a great tackle by Dangerfield.
Yeah, well, in this quarter, it's 3-zip Geelong's way, and overall 5-0 Geelong's way.
Selwood involved and Dangerfield. That's just an example when you get beaten in one contest, but you stay in the game, and that's exactly what Paddy Dangerfield did there and stayed in it. And Shade, well, probably hasn't had someone that quick or that explosive down there in the past, and thought he probably had another metre or 2, but sorry, Shade, it's Paddy.
It looked like he was sitting in the shade there, Doug.
Bob Jane T-Mars, Mickey Roberts.
I reckon they've made a decision on Varco. When you put the tracksuit on, that's gone for the day.
Ruzi bringing a bit of humour to the Seabus Super Specials, award-winning super for the building and construction industry. That's another
kicking in danger.
Another attempted clearance by the Pies, but it's kicking in danger to Selwood. Just starting to get a bit of the footy. Sends it inside 50. They'd love a mark here, the Cats. Cockatoo claims it. Umpire says, sorry, Nakai, it was play on. There was hands on it before yours.
Yeah, I'd like to see that again. It was a few hands up, but generally they pay them the Triple M Chemist Warehouse replay.
I reckon he marked that.
Yeah, I reckon he might have too.
Round the ground, Swatter. We've got the Crows by 12 points over Richmond, halfway into the second.
Pies lead by 30, but they're a bit shaky. Selwood lifting the rating. Head over the prune. Quick kick round the corner. High ball, Menengola. Underneath it, side bottom. Loose ball, Shade. Not so sure about going near the ball this time. After the Dangerfield tackle and goal, we'll have it thrown up 45 out from the Cats' goal. 97-67. Best fourth quarter team by plus 151 Geelong, and they are starting to threaten.
Cox, to no one in particular. Guthrie, now Hall and Smith. Ridden into the ground, he's going to get a free kick here directly in front from 50. Treloar applied the tackle, adjudged in the back on the Triple M Chemist Warehouse replay.
Yeah, just looking at it again. Oh, I don't know.
Nope.
So this to narrow it to 4 goals. It got out to Chew.
Yeah, the game high lead, Howie, got out to a 42-point lead.
It was only about 3 minutes ago as well. Big kick for the hyphen. This will make everyone a touch nervous. Looks good off the boots. Just misses to the right-hand side. Geelong 68, Collingwood 97. Near map aerial imagery round the grounds. Crows getting a move on.
They are, Howie. They've now extended their lead to 18 points over the Tigers, 14 into the second quarter.
So what do you want the Pies to do right now, Roosie, with a 29-point lead?
Yeah, look, they've been playing okay, Swatter. Centre clearances have really turned. I think that's the biggest thing. I wouldn't mind playing one off the back of the centre square now, just to even that contest in the middle of the ground.
Well, they get it free. Pendlebury involved. Treloar, Adams got a man out wide. Crisp inside the square. Can move it to the Faz, who works to the outer half forward flank. Kick sits up. Wasn't a good kick at all. Here comes Elliott. Here comes Buse. Big contest coming up. Buse did really well. Handball Lonigan releases Tui to run.
Zach Tui by hand to Stewart. They really have to run and gun on every opportunity here. The Cats, they're running out of time. Dangerfield and Dunn. And Lyndon Dunn does well, and he's had a pretty good first-up start for the Pies.
Yeah, he's had a very good game, Lyndon Dunn. His body work is very, very good. He's done a terrific job on Hawkins. What's he had, man?
Yeah, Tommy Hawkins, 6 possessions, only 2 marks, 1 goal.
Yeah. Triple M Chemist Warehouse replay screen. Trev Varco with the right hammy iced up. Chemist Warehouse for Mother's Day fragrances. And the Cats keep it alive. Hall and Smith got the handball, drives it long off the left boot. Inside 50! Hawkins! Is that a dirty day, Tommy? But can step up and kick an important goal. They've kicked the last 2. They trail by 29.
And that's the beauty of being able to put Dangerfield forward, because Dunn's had to go to Dangerfield, which means you've got Shade versus Hawkins.
Yeah, he finally got the opponent he wanted in Shade rather than Dunn.
He's got a left to right fade about his kicking action, Tommy. They trail by 29. We ride right behind him. It's on its way. And it hangs out across the face of goal for a behind the margin 28 points. Triple M Beaumont Tile scoreboard. 10 to go, final term.
Pies only need one more goal to finish this whole thing off. But at the moment, the Cats are pushing and pushing hard.
Well, 6 out of the last 7 inside 50s for the Cats. And they've won the last 9 clearances.
Under pressure here, Crisp tries to get away from Tui. Does that to Treloar. He's had a great final term. Inboard to Wells. Another good game. Second for the Pies. Leaks it back to Treloar. Now it's Crisp approaching 50. He goes for home. Crisp to finish it. Bit narrow, one behind. Geelong 69, Collingwood 98. Triple M Beaumont Tile scoreboard, 9.5 on the clock.
Quick kick. Guthrie spots up Hall and Smith. Round the grounds.
Round the ground, Swatter, we've got the Crows by 19 over Richmond.
High ball to the outer wing. Goldsack pushed underneath the ball by Hawkins. Shovels a handball to Mackie. Lays one forward to Motlop. Back to Mackie with a chiselling ball straight up the height of Little. They are coming, Geelong. Make no mistake about that. Lang's got it. 9:07 to go. Directly in front. 50 out. Is there a free kick?
Yeah. Hawkins got away with a double-handed push in the back.
Yeah, against Goldsack.
So Lang has won in the third term. They trailed by as much as 42 points in this final term, Geelong. Lang must simply kick the goal to the city end. He's on his way from right on 50. It is a fading ball to the near side of behind. So the margin is back to 28 points on the Triple M Beaumont Tiles scoreboard. 8:32 to go for the Pies to knock up their second win of the year.
Selwood motioning. He wants to get back on the ground. Greenwood. He'll be right there when the Geelong captain runs back on. Down the line towards Taylor. Can't take the mark. Might have been infringed in the marking contest. And he was. It's a free kick to Harry Taylor. Pies fans, they're nervous. They're edgy. But they do lead this by 28 points with 8.5 on the clock. Don't forget that. Gives it to Zach Tui. Plays on the right boot. Right to the teeth of goals. Flying from behind. He's black, but it's a good fist away by the Collingwood defenders. Goes across the boundary line. 10 around from the Cats goals. They trail by 28 points on the Triple M Beaumont Tiles scoreboard.
Yeah, Duck's closest to the pin with the crowd. He said 51,000. 46,457, Howie.
Throw in 8:14 to go.
Not that close to, though, really. It's not even on the green.
No. Cats forward 50. Grundy, Haaland Smith runs into Grundy with a good tackle. Thrown up.
I think the Cats have to score in the next 30 seconds to a minute, don't you, to really put some pressure on.
8 minutes to go. Pies hanging on. It'd be an unbelievably good win. Grundy throws a boot at it. Got nowhere near the Sheeran. Haaland Smith. No, it's Hoskin Elliott. He's tackled well. He's wrapped up. And we'll have it thrown up 45 out from the Cats' goal.
You make a good point though, Ruth. If they get that next one, then Collingwood would just start to tighten up a little bit. So it's a big minute here for the Cats.
Can they finally, after a few attempts, get another one on the board? Duncan, right to the top of the goal square. Buse is dangerous. Bouncing ball. Can't get foot on it. Another behind.
Geez, the last scoring shots. How many's that in a row, Two-Man?
They've had 8 out of the last 10 inside 50s for a return of 1 goal for the Cats.
Wells takes the mark. 7:40 to go. 71-98. Pies lead. Beaumont Tiles scoreboard. Wells drops a high long ball up towards Mason Cox. Full of the ball is Phillips. Did well to throw it on the boot. Bouncing ball. Blitzards just tries to paddle it forward. Trelaw's been huge. Crisp is trying to lift. Can give a handball. It's a speculator. Got it to Mason Cox. Got a man inboard. Who is it? Pendlebury on the charge.
Goes long on the left boot. Down towards Fazolo. Battles away. One of those days for Faz. Got good body position. Got hands on the ball. But couldn't take it. Mackie just tries to tap it over his head. The umpire says we'll toss it back in next week. The Cats take on the Suns at Metricon Saturday afternoon. Traditional rivals. Collingwood take on Carlton at the MCG.
Big game next week, but right now the Pies just want their second win and desperately. Quick hands. Hoskin Elliott, 55 from home. Long driving ball. Pitches just inside and bounces through for a behind. So it's a 99-71 ball game. 28 points the margin. Let's head around the grounds, please, Ash.
Thanks, Water. Crows by 20 points over the Tigers deep into the second quarter.
It's been near map aerial imagery.
Trelaw's last quarter, 9 disposals, 6 handball receives, 3 tackles and a goal. He's been unbelievable.
Oh, Henderson's leg, Hoskin Elliott, surely, but the umpire didn't see it. Play on's a call. Smith driving high ball towards Darcy Moore. Had a good first half. That's about his 4th contested mark today. Plays on immediately. Down to Cox. Marks in the square. Plays on risky. Don't know why he did it. Don't know why he did it. In the end, he was rushed through and just threw the ball back into the field of play like he's playing rugby.
He's learning the game, Howie. Still not quite sure, Mason.
Don't play on, Mace.
No, all he had to do was go back and have a shot at goal.
Did he throw the ball back?
He did throw the ball back. He's a ruckman. Enough said. Cats get it free. Driving ball down the line. Hawkins one out with Dunn. Loose ball now. Smith gets back for Collingwood. Precious time going off the clock. Dunn steps it out of bounds. Hawkins, did he get him in the back? Not according to the umpire. 5:59 to go. Let's have a look at it, Howie, on the Triple M Chemist Warehouse replay. He bloody threw the ball. Deport this man.
He threw the ball back in.
Well, he knew he was going to be probably holding the ball anyway, so...
Yes, but
have a crack.
Have a crack. You can't throw the thing, Doug. All right. We shouldn't laugh because he took a good mark.
Why not?
He was away. Well, okay, let's have a laugh about it. Now, Wells exploding. Give it to Cox. Give him a chance to redeem himself. Little chipping ball is a really smart kick. And the mark is taken by Darcy Moore. 40 out directly in front. I reckon he'll go back. I reckon he'll kick his third. And I reckon Collingwood fans will realise they've got it in the bag.
And that's why Daniel Wells, that's why they've got him to the club. That's just, clever run and then just just knew exactly where to put it, summed up his options and found Darcy more easily there.
You know the bloke who's happy to see Mason Cox do that? Josh Bruce. After his miss yesterday, he might have just got slid off the highlight reel and been replaced.
No, he'll still be there.
He'll still be
number
there.
2.
Darcy Moore, he's had a good game. A few contested marks from 48 to ice it. Misses.
Just a little footnote on Darcy Moore. He's taken 9 marks today, which is a PB for him at AFL level.
A few of them being contested too.
Yeah, 4 contested. 9 all up. Well done.
You calling this, Chew?
I am, Howie. Good win for the Magpies.
29-point lead to the Pies. It's been a great response. High ball, Pendlebury's ball on Dangerfield was good. Murdoch tries to step his way through traffic. Getting in the way of Dangerfield was Duncan. Grundy's got it. Got 2 men drifting forward. Hey, Coxie, stay out of the bloody way. Billy Elliott's there. He's nearly taken the mark. And Harry Taylor will leave. Clock is against the Cats now. 4:30 to go. Pies are home for win number 2.
Henderson to Taylor to Mackie. Shorts it to Guthrie. Immediately plays on to Motlop. Had a big first half. He'll be quiet in the second. Now to Stewart. Doesn't know really what to do, so he comes back to Lonigan, centre of the ground. Tom plays on. He'll spear one inside. And there's a mark taken just by Smith, who's 52 from home, wants to play on further by foot. Does well, and he finds the blitz. He'll go back and have a shot. 45-degree angle from about 45 out, but his team trailed by 29 points with only 4 minutes on the clock. This will be a famous Collingwood win.
Once upon a time, Ruckman had the safest pair of hands in footy. It's no longer.
Blitzarves for a consolation goal, and that's all it'll be. Nice kick by the Blitz.
Oh, if they can get a quick one out of the middle, Howie.
No, Duck. Collingwood 14-16-100, Geelong 11-11-77, 23 points with 3:35 on the clock. Triple M Beaumont Tile scoreboard. Round the grounds, near map aerial imagery.
Yeah, Howie, it's the Crows by 14 points over Richmond deep into the second quarter.
23-point margin. Blitzarves gets his first.
And Swatter, just with Scott Pendlebury, he's got a good record against Geelong. Last 7 games, he's averaged 29 touches, polled 11 Brownlow votes. Well, today, number 1 ranked player with 30 disposals, 92% by foot and a goal.
Yep, the champ has bounced back. He was disappointed in his performance last week. And they went down to the Bombers. Anzac Day clash. But right now, with 3.5 minutes to go, they're almost there, Collingwood. Howe, Trelaw's been massive in this final term. Phillips has been serviceable. Got it on the northern wing. Wants an option to come at him. Goes short. Billy Elliott, was he chopped? Yes. Held by Mackie. An important time ticks off the clock. Almost 3 minutes left to go.
Elliott, you just steady things down here.
I'll tell you who's their underrated players. Taylor Adams. I mean, he just continually fronts up week in, week out, and is exceptionally consistent player.
Elliott hooks it to the pocket to Fazolo. Not sure he marked it. He just fumbled it across the boundary line. It was a bit skinny there. Seabus Super Special Comments, award-winning super for the building and construction industry. That's the Duck. And the Zen Master in the back row, Paul Roos.
Throw in, Grundy, out of the throw. Got it to Adams, the man that Roosie spoke about. Finish it off, Pendlebury. Kick is across the face of goal. Lonigan with Cox, bouncing ball out of bounds. We'll have it tossed in. They'll sing this one with great vigour tonight, the Pie Army. 2:48 to go. 23 points the lead. And the pressure is off Nathan Buckley for this week.
Who's got the bad votes tonight in the back row?
I think I've got him.
All right, that's what you're working on with Q-Man at the moment. Out of the ruck, Grundy, hurried kick, one behind. Geelong 77, Collingwood 101. 2:40 to go, final term, Triple M Beaumont Tile scoreboard. Round the grounds, near map aerial imagery.
Nearing half-time, it's Crows by 20 points over the Tigers, Howie.
High scoring up there.
65 to Adelaide, 45 to Richmond.
Cats get it to Blitzarves, northern wing, releases a bouncing handball into Dangerfield. He hits the gas, good acceleration, then puts the ball up and over the top of Tommy Hawkins. Couldn't take the mark. Through 4 behind, 78 to 101. 2:14 to play. Triple M Beaumont Tile scoreboard.
Pretty downcast looking Geelong coach on the Triple M Chemist Warehouse replay screen. Nathan Buckley keeping it low key, but he would be delighted by this performance after a tough week for the footy club. And it is a short break after Anzac Day on Tuesday as well. Adds further merit to this performance, Roosie.
Yeah, been a terrific effort from the Pies.
Wells will put a high ball up to Greenwood. Selwood did well. It's been an engrossing battle all day. Taylor handball back to Selwood. Gives a handball off to Tui, who's had
35.
It's been a big afternoon. He's been a great pickup for former Blue, and Haaland Smith takes the mark. Got some work to the back of the bonds by Pendlebury.
33 for the Cats. Spreads it to the southern stand side. Stewart. He goes further by foot short to Motlop. So Motlop's got it, 2 from home. Spears one. It'll land 30 from home. Hawkins goes one hand. Couldn't quite take it in the end. Well done by Shade. Managed somehow to bring the big fella to ground. It's belted out of there by Collingwood. A little tap by side bottom. Might let in the Cats though. Murdoch now Dangerfield. He just explodes but can't get the hand pass away. Hand passes to himself. That's across the boundary line. And that sums up the situation in the afternoon for Geelong. Nearly but not quite. Geelong 78, Collingwood 101, 105 on the clock on the Triple M Beaumont Tile scoreboard.
Round the grounds, it's the Crows by 20 points over Richmond nearing half-time.
Earlier today,
Melbourne by 38 over the Bombers, Swatter.
Ball is thrown back in. Pendlebury to Goldsack. Shrugs under the tackle. Hoskin Elliott's been great. Grundy, look at the run. Through the middle of the ground. Smith squares the ball. Got it to Cripps, who's had a bit of it in this final term, Ash.
Yeah, he's at 23 for the game, and in this final quarter, Swatter, for Bosch Tool Stats, he's racked up 9.
Chris plays on, just bounces it after stepping a metre. Now he's going to be forced to go back, and he does that. And does it quite nicely to Jeremy Howe. He goes all the way back to full-back. This is a really, really big win by Collingwood. The week they've had, the pressure they've been under, they've answered. Buck said it was David versus Goliath. David's done the job today, backing board to Pendlebury, who's been back to his brilliant best.
He has. What's he got?
Pendlebury, Swatter, 32 touches.
Goldsack. Smith played his role. 10 seconds to go. The black and white army will rise very shortly when the final siren sounds. Phillips goes short to Wells, who takes the mark just before the siren sounds. It's all in the book now. Pendlebury and Selwood having a bit of a mouth to each other. They shake hands. They have a bit of a chat, but right now Daniel Wells and Nathan Buckley can afford to have a smile and take a big collective deep breath. We've got the ground staff bloke on the ground, 2 metres from Wells. 23-point margin for a 29-point finish. Daniel Wells has capped off a great Collingwood win against an unbeaten Cats outfit. And they defeat the Cats by 29 points. 15-17, 107 to 11-12, 78. A big, big win for the Magpie Army.
Big win to the Pies in the circumstances, the situation and the week they've had. In fact, it is a huge win. The Pies by 4 points at quarter time, 17 at the half, 35 at the three-quarter time break. And in the end, Collingwood 15-17, 107 over Geelong, 11-12, 78.